racing fans, this is On the Top with Bladesxonly, your host. So, at Texas Motor Speedway, now this is a 320, I'm not sure, it's like a 330 something lap race, so it's going to be long. But I haven't practiced this track at all. I just qualified, but the track seems very, very slippery. So I don't know. I don't know, guys. I probably won't have a good finish here because I don't know anything about this track or nothing about it. So I don't know how that's gonna pan out, but we are here at Texas Motor Speedway, and this is going to be a long race and a long lap. So, welcome viewer that just joined my channel. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. We are running with Tyler Reddick. Stories of the race. We will. Kevin Harvick got the pole today, and Josh Bilicki again showing that he has that fast car, and he's up right near the top 10 or the top 5 in qualifying. But will his mindset change? Will he be that aggressive driver that we saw in Las Vegas and Phoenix and in Atlanta, where he DNF'd, and then in Homestead he was really patient and very careful and driving very careful, and I think that's what cost him. And speaking of Miami, we actually won at Homestead, so we won our 3rd race of the year, and we put this number 8 Caterpillar car in victory lane for the 3rd time. So we have a huge lead in points, and Blaney needs a win. William Byron needs a win. Ricky Stenhouse still looking for that first win. Who else needs wins? Eric Amarola needs points after doing pretty well in Miami. Clint Boyer DNF'd. Chase Elliott DNF'd in Miami. And Justin Haley and Harrison Burton. So those guys DNF'd, and we end up winning the race. And yeah, so we'll see if Kurt Busch can climb up to the top and stay in the top 10, and maybe even win the race, because he's searching for his first win of the year. Came close. And speaking of Kurt Busch, we'll see if his brother Kyle Busch, Rowdy Kyle Busch. Rowdy Kyle is trying to win his first race of the year, actually, and he's very successful here in Texas. So we'll see if Rowdy can get himself a win and put that Toyota Camry in victory lane. Oh yeah, and Martin Truex. I'm sorry, guys. Freaking coughing, I went down the wrong tube. We'll see if Martin Truex Jr. can rebound from DNFing in Homestead. So this is episode 8. I'm not sure, guys. I think it's 7 or 8. I don't know. But this is the next episode from Homestead. So yeah, guys, if anybody is enjoying my content and enjoying my channel, I hope you guys are enjoying my content. I know the races are long, and it's kind of hard to sit through 2 hours of gameplay, but that's just the type of person I am. You know, I like realistic commentaries, and I hope I'm not that boring to you guys that you guys are falling asleep on my videos. But I try to make it as entertaining as possible and realistic as possible. So that's why I make these storylines. I try to do It's kind of hard to make storylines for yourself, but I'm a very creative guy. But anyways, we are going to Texas. Very, very, very hard track. It has been restructured. I remember back, you can be able to ride the top in Texas. Even in real life, you can be able to ride that top lane and stay on top, but they restructured it a little bit. So it's not the same Texas speedway that I'm used to. But anyways, we are going to try to put that number 8 car in the top 5 again. I don't know if it's going to happen. I highly doubt it this race. I just don't feel confident with this race for some reason. But we are still going to try to win the race and put Reddick and keep Reddick's goal intact. So we put that number 8 car in victory lane for the 3rd time in Homestead, Miami. Here we go. We got the Caterpillar paint scheme, the yellow and black, because again, why not? So here we go. Texas Motor Speedway, we are ready for the race. We qualified 27th. So again, Tyler Reddick really not showing that he has that fast car. So we are going to keep the default. We're going to keep the slider on the middle. So here we go. Stories of the race are Kyle Busch failed obstacles gaining safety multiple times. He is starting at the back. Had to replace the transmission for the race. Brandon Gaughan starting at the back. John Hunter had to fail pre-finish. He's also starting in the back. So Kyle Busch, Rowdy Kyle needs a win. Starting in the back. That's not a good sign for Kyle Busch. So here we go at Texas Motor Speedway. It is a beautiful day here at Texas as the green flag is in the air, and we got I don't know how many laps. There we go. We got 334 laps to go here in Texas. As we are looking for Austin Dillon, which we found Austin Dillon actually here. He is behind. He is behind Eric Jones. So we are going to try to get Austin Dillon buck draft. But again, it's kind of hard to have buck draft. I mean, on some of these tracks, it's kind of hard to have a buck draft. Because everybody is so clustered up and together, so it's kind of hard to get that buck draft. Because again, you know, the thing is so clogged up and space, and you see how it is right now. It's just congested with cars, so it's kind of hard to, you know, actually be behind somebody's bumper as Michael McDowell is trying to get up near Reddick's bumper. And does a smart thing. And what I mean by that, guys, is that he's not trying to be so aggressive. You see what happened with Kyle Busch and Reddick, as Reddick got in an accident at Homestead, actually, as it didn't really affect him because he won the race. But you see McDowell. McDowell is drafting, not drafting, but getting behind Reddick's bumper. And he's really not trying to draft Reddick. He's just really trying to get Reddick going so he can use his draft. So what a great, smart move and veteran move by Michael McDowell. As we're just going to let Kyle go here. Kyle's got that good horsepower, and he slides right underneath. Kind of a slide job by Kyle. But what a great job by Kyle as we try to take Ty Dillon's lane away as we were heading towards the bottom, and he was heading towards the bottom too. So as we see, again, Reddick really not trying to be that aggressive this race, really trying to stay patient and not really head to the front that quickly. No need to be aggressive because he's already got a pretty good lead out on the standings, but he still wants to win the race here at Texas. Texas is a very, very weird track to figure out here. As it's a very small track too. It's not really small, but it's a very weird track to figure out, and I guess they constructed it after a few years. So really, in the old Texas Motor Speedway, to be able to ride that top and keep, you know, riding that top, they had a lot of speed in that top, and they reconstructed it over the years. So the top is really not the way to go sometimes, as it's very, very you know, very, very, as as Reddick got kind of loose on that entry right there. Gotta be careful about that entry right there as Reddick was going into the turn. As he went into the turn, he got loose over there. So again, Texas very cautious, and that's why Reddick is not too aggressive right here. He really doesn't know the track, and he's being very patient and not being so aggressive. And ooh, again, it's just like that right there is that slipperiness right there. As you see, Martin Truex Jr., he's looking for his first win of the year. Got a great opportunity here in Texas to win his first race of the year. So we'll see if Truex Jr., again, a guy who DNF'd in Miami yesterday at Homestead, and we'll see if he can win his first race of the year. Like a lot of these people, like a lot of these drivers are willing to look forward to winning their first race of the year, as we see Stenhouse Jr. Here. So again, a lot of opportunities for these guys to win their first race of the year, and what better else to do it as in Texas Motor Speedway, where anybody can win. So again, Reddick not really too familiar with this track, not really too comfortable with it either. Some tracks he's very comfortable in, and then there's some tracks that he's not comfortable in. So that's why Reddick's really taking his time and trying to feel out the track and where his tires are, and actually, you know, he's hitting that dirt several times on that corner because of the way the track is formed. That it's very on corner entry, it's very gets kind of loose down there. We don't know what's going on with that corner, but he's running a sort of a balanced setup. Maybe he should have rode a tighter setup so he could be able to, you know, at least you know, stay out of that corner right there. See that corner right there? He keeps trying to pull him into there. So he's got to be really careful, especially if these guys trying to bump trap him. He doesn't want to get too close to that corner, and these guys bump trap him and he spins out, or even goes into the pit. So he's really got to be worried about staying out of that bottom lane down there as he gets behind Benedetto here. Benedetto had not a really good showing in Miami yesterday as he fell out of the top 20, but still good on points. So he really needs to have strong finishes if he wants to stay competitive in that Brother Woods car. So again, we said it in the festivities of the pregame that yesterday that if Tyler Reddick, sometimes he'll have a good car, sometimes he won't. It seems like he's got a decent car today as he's trying to really slow down in this corner as he burns Benedetto off the turn there. So Benedetto really struggling after having that strong start in Atlanta, showing a lot of speed in that car. And after that, after Atlanta, he kind of fell off and really didn't show much in that car. That car really kind of falling off in speed as we take the bottom lane here and trying to stay behind our racing teammate in Austin Dillon. Of course, Austin has been successful here in Texas as he put that number 3 car in victory lane in Texas. So we're just trying to stay behind Dillon here, and we're really just stay behind Dillon. We're not trying to pass Dillon right here. We're just really trying to stay behind Austin and feel out the track. So really, again, still a long race. You really don't need to be that aggressive and try to head to the front. But again, really need to be worried because you can get lapped in Texas. As you see, the lead changes as Truex Jr. was leading, and now it's the Rocket Man, Ryan Newman, leading. So we're going to try to give Austin a bump wrap here as we do. And we had a slam on the brake. Oh, as McDowell gets loose over there. We noticed about that turn right there. That turn, he was going very fast. And again, that turn, he got loose down there, and he had to slam on the brake. So again, that turn right there, very slippery down there in that turn. As McDowell luckily McDowell saved that car and preventing a caution coming out. So great job by Michael McDowell into saving that car as he got really loose as we were going into the corner as Reddick kind of gave him a, I don't know if Reddick did draft him or gave him some kind of a bump draft. I really can't tell, but he got really loose down there. So again, these drivers really need to be careful about the bump draft here in Texas. Because again, a lot of accidents can happen when you get into that lane. So as we try to stay, Reddick has not really gone nowhere since the beginning of the race. He started in 24th. I think it was 24th. I'm not sure. 24th or 25th. He started there and he ended up. He kind of moved down the spot. So he's in the middle of the pack right here. Just really trying to feel out the track. Again, really not comfortable with Texas here. As he gets behind Suarez here, he's trying to keep in front. Keep with his buddy Austin Dillon, and he told us in the interview that he wants to get Dillon going, so maybe he can get Dillon going up here in Texas and get some kind of points or some kind of result as we try to pass Daniel Suarez here, and Daniel Suarez not having it on the side draft of Reddick burns him off the corner here as we give Dillon a good bump draft as Dillon right past the other rookie here as Christopher Bell, again driving in that Laverne Racing Team Toyota. As again we had a couple interviews with Bobby Labonte. Bobby Labonte looking to buy Laverne because Laverne Racing is really trying to sell that racing team up in Texas. So again, we're in Texas right here. So Bobby Labonte is from Texas. You know, was born and raised here in Texas. So he's trying to really buy Laverne Racing, and we don't know if Christopher Bell is actually going to be in that car next year. As you know, he's affiliated with Joe Gibbs and you know, Eric Jones is a free agent. So we don't know if they tried not really three wide, but as you know, Christopher Bell is winning that race with Austin Dillon as Dillon goes up high and Michael McDowell is trying to take Tyler Reddick's lane away as Austin is trying to get behind Christopher Bell here as Dillon does the exact same spot as kind of Dillon is kind of sandwiched between McDowell and Bell here as he lost position actually after that good bump draft by his racing buddy Tyler Reddick. So that's probably why Tyler is kind of behind Dillon, trying to help Dillon out here. And we're going to give him another big bump draft, try to get past Michael McDowell here. And what a great job by Reddick as Dillon really had to slam on his brakes in that corner here. As you can see, Dillon almost kind of like you can tell that the car, Dillon's car got loose there as he went into that corner entry right there. So again, that corner entry very slippery as McDowell almost got in an accident down there. He had to slam on his brakes. He's doing another bump grab. Dillon is absolutely loving this from his racing buddy, RCR teammate, and Tyler Reddick. So again, Reddick trying to use Dillon and trying to get up to the pass. Like, he really doesn't want to get up there that quickly. He really wants to stay behind Dillon, get him up there, and use Dillon, and so him and Dillon can get up there so they can work together to try to get past him in the pack. But again, you have to be very careful because Ryan Newman is coming up really quick, and they could be falling a lap down if we give Dillon another bump draft if he gets past Christopher Bell there. Christopher Bell didn't know what hit him, and actually trying to block Reddick drafting his RCR teammate in Austin Dillon. Austin Dillon is leading the pack right now as Bell and McDowell try to get around Dillon as they try to sandwich him with Dillon on that bottom lane, scoops up to the top, and again, Michael McDowell had to check off on Reddick had to slow down because Michael McDowell is trying to take his lane away. Don't really want to bump Dillon here. Don't want to cause an accident. could have bumped Dylan, but Dylan is losing that battle right now as he goes kind of 3 wide and really losing position to Bell and Michael McDowell. Can't really get past Michael McDowell, or even trying to clear Michael McDowell or Christopher Bell, as we just really try to get Dylan past Bell here, as Reddick does a really great job of doing that here, as he just doesn't have the speed to get past Bell or to clear Bell or even Michael McDowell. So what a great job by, as Reddick gets loose there, trying to get loose there, and he had to really slow down because he was really going at full force, and he's in danger of being lapped here. As we check on that, as again, Daniel Suarez is coming up there, as what a great job by Reddick of knowing that situation, that he was going to get loose down there, and actually playing on his brakes or whatever, because again, Texas is very, very tricky. Again, Reddick not really comfortable with this track. Told us that he really doesn't like the track. He just doesn't like the dimensions on it, as he tries to get up towards his teammate in Austin Dillon. So again, Reddick could have went up to the front, but really, really trying to help Dillon out here, as you know, Dillon is can't really get past Christopher Bell or Michael McDowell here, as they really can't clear him. And again, Texas a very, very weird track to figure out as far as bump grabs go, but you can really trying to really bump him on those straightaways there, as you try to give him a big bump, but kind of miss Dillon. And that was not Dillon's fault, that was actually Reddick's fault, as Michael McDowell is pulling away from Christopher Bell here, as Dillon and Bell tries to get really up to Michael McDowell here. Michael McDowell's got a pretty good lead on Christopher Bell, as we try to slow down here on this corner, as Newman, the leader, is going to lap us, as he's showing that he has a pretty good fast car. Actually, Newman is actually, you know, like stepping up his game actually from Miami. He had a pretty poor start at home. We finished it up as he tries to get past Reddick, and Reddick is going to allow Newman to pass him and lap him. So what a great job by Newman, actually, knowing the situation and knowing that Reddick is really not comfortable with the track, and really taking advantage of the one Tyler Reddick. As we get up there, Dillon here, as we try to get Dillon going. So we're trying to get Dillon going, and Dillon just doesn't want, really caught up with Christopher Bell here. I don't know what's going on with him and Christopher, but Dillon is really not, can't get past Christopher Bell. He can't get past that Toyota Camry. So Newman is going to put all of us kind of a lap down. We give Dillon a big buck grab there, and trying to clear Christopher Bell. But again, Texas very, very tricky, and it's hard to work with teammates here in Texas, because again of how the track is designed. Not a very big track, but a very, I don't know, it's very tricky here. You really have to worry about, I don't know, you just really have to worry about some kind of corners, as Chastain is right there with Dillon, as Reddick's not going to care to give, he's going to give Dillon a bump grab, just to try to get behind, try to get in front of Chastain, as Chastain is going way too slow. Chastain, another one that had a really good car at the beginning of the year at Daytona, really showing that car can really be, you know, be fast and competitive, and really just didn't show no fight after the Daytona 500. Really just threw an egg here, as we're going to give Dillon another bump grab, as Dillon tries to get past Christopher Bell, and Reddick is doing a masterful job of helping Dillon get past some of these cars, not really abandoning his teammate, really looking forward to getting Austin Dillon going, and that, if that means sacrificing his position, we'll do that. That's the type of person Reddick is. Reddick is that type of person that's really looking, if he's got a big lead, he's really looking to sacrifice that lead and sacrifice his own points just to get his buddy going. You know, that's his buddy, that's kind of like his brother, and he doesn't want his brother to be left out. And that's just the type of person that Reddick is, as it's still early in the race, and anything can happen. They can get the free dog, or, you know, the lucky dog, as Dillon gets past Chad Pinkham. So Chad's trying to block Reddick here, as Reddick tries to get past Pinkham, and again, just try to distract his RCR buddy and AD, Austin Dillon. So what a great job by Dillon. What a great job by Reddick not hanging Dillon out to dry. And you see that, we've been seeing that lately, as Reddick, you know, kind of left Dillon out to dry. So it's not just Reddick, Austin Dillon getting going. It's kind of hard in NASCAR to actually pass somebody. And Reddick knows that. I mean, Reddick knows that, and so does Dillon. So Dillon, you know, kind of like, I don't know, like, kind of like, you know, saying, hey, you left me out to dry. You could have bump grabbed me on them good starts that you had, and them good top fives that you were getting. I could have been right there with you if you would have worked with me. And you're sitting there working with the enemy and not his RCR teammate, which Austin Dillon is right. Reddick kind of left Dillon out to dry, as we go back to that race in Atlanta, where he helped out Kurt Busch and he helped out Kevin Harvick. So again, you know, they had a talk last night, and Dillon kind of brought that tension up and said, hey, I'm your buddy. I'm struggling a little bit with my car, and I'm struggling with speed. You should help me out. And you know, instead of helping Kevin Harvick and Kurt Busch out, and you know, the Penske drivers, which is Blaney, and you know, Reddick kind of took exception to that and said, you know, you are right. So, you know, that's why Reddick is not really sacrificing himself. He's really sacrificing his points in good things, as they're getting lapped right here by Kowalski. So what a great bounce back by Kowalski. Kowalski actually had a good showing in Miami. And Homestead Miami actually really had a good car, but really was a lap down, and Reddick had a really good car down there in Homestead Miami, as he won his third race of the year and put that car, the number 8 car, back in victory lane, and his RCR teammate buddy Buckstrap just try to get past this last traffic here. As I'm really impressed by Reddick, you know, not really sacrificing his goals, but really putting his, you know, really you know, he got 3 wins of the year. He's really trying to get Dillon his first win, or at least good points to stay up near the standings, just to be competitive. So what a great job by Tyler Reddick of you know, trying to get his buddy going, and maybe, you know, as we get Dillon going here, as we see Bladesxonly there trying to give Reddick a draft here. So Dillon, Reddick kind of abandoned Bladesxonly there, as Bladesxonly he was trying to draft Bladesxonly, and Bladesxonly seems to, hey, he had a fast car. Bladesxonly's been having a fast car all year long. I mean, he's been showing that car is fast, again, the temperament of the track, as you see Karate Kyle Busch. I think he came up from the front. I think this is not the back, actually. He's going to go past, we're going to stay up top right here with our buddy AD. So I don't know where Kyle is. I don't know if Kyle's in the front and just going to lap us, or I don't know if he's at the bottom. He started at the bottom, so we don't know about Kyle Busch. Yep, as Kyle Busch made it all the way from the back to the front. So what a great job by Kyle, trying to win his first race of the year. And we talked about that in Miami at the postgame show, that since Busch is very successful here in Texas, knows this track very, very well, as you see our pole winner, as you know, Kevin Harvick is right there, as he gets Dillon buck draft just to try to get Dillon going. as he gets Reddick bump grab to try to get Dylan going. I mean, I keep on saying Dylan, Reddick going, as Reddick just doesn't want to move and really just, you know, trying to get Dylan going, and Dylan is just, you know, just sitting here. As Dylan is a very accomplished driver, actually, very successful here in Texas. He won here in Texas. Austin Dillon, as Kevin Harvick, very veteran move, knew that turn was coming and kind of was backed away from bumping, giving Reddick a bump grab. He didn't want to wreck Reddick. So what a great job by Kevin Harvick. What a great veteran move as we give Dillon another bump grab. And Kevin Harvick is going to try to take our lane from us as we just go down low here, and there you go, Kevin. Kevin's in the top 10. So he's always right there at that top 10. So what a great job by Kevin. As we kind of drift away from Dylan here, as we really can't, Reddick really can't do what he wants to do here in Texas. And what I mean by that, he really can't do what he wants to do with Dylan because of how the track is set up and how the track is made. So he really can't do that. He's going to kind of abandon Dylan for a moment here, as he goes down low and try to catch up to Kyle Busch. Actually, Kyle's got a really good game plan right now, as we got 288 laps to go. So again, Texas, another track that is really, really long. So again, now I don't think tire wear will come into play. I think more fuel will come into play of how much they have to sit there and draft. I mean, not draft, but you know, like kind of like, I don't know, like I think fuel will come into play in fuel runs, and really not tires. Like I said, I'm not really too familiar with Texas. Even in real life, I'm not really too familiar with Texas. As you see Buescher here in the top 20, and Buescher kind of, you know, giving his way in making a good outing for Roush Racing as we get behind Buescher here, and you know, really doesn't want to. Again, Reddick really doesn't want to be too aggressive right now. It's still early, as he's a lap down actually from Newman. Doesn't want to be 2 laps down. That's pretty much why he broke away from his buddy there of Austin Dillon. As we get up there, we trying to get past Boyer here, or we get clean to Boyer. Boyer DNF yesterday in Miami, Florida. So again, we're gonna get a report on that, as there was kind of like an incident going on with Boyer and Reddick, as Boyer tried to get behind the bumper of Reddick at the very first beginning of the race and spun out and caused a caution really, really early in the race. I think the race was just beginning as Boyer did that. As we stay low and Kyle stays high. For some reason, Kyle stays high, and we get up there and we beat him with that good horsepower. As we coming up on BJ McLeod there. BJ having a really, really good year, consistently staying in top 20s and top 15s. So what a great job by BJ McLeod, as Busch again has that good horsepower as he tries to, as he does get past Reddick on the straightaway there, as Busch is trying to really get going, so really going to go through, give Busch our draft here, as we try to go down in the bottom right here. So again, I should be very worried about that corner right there, and Reddick consistently hitting that grass because of the way how the corner is made. As we go down here and we get down Dylan trying to really show no sportsmanship as he tries to slam on his brakes in front of Reddick. Guys, I'm gonna go off super. I hate that when the computer does that. When you get behind them and like that, they try to what do they do? Like, okay, you know how you you're on the throttle, right? So you're on the throttle and they'll push on the brakes as they're going. They're not slowing down, but like they're kind of like slamming on the brakes as their foot is still on the throttle. I hate that, and that's what Ty Dillon did. Ty Dillon, he put the brakes on when I came up to his bumper. So I hate that, and that's one thing I do hate about this game with the AI. The AI would do that, and I just can't stand it. So I get frustrated with that all the time. That happened in last race too with Timmy Hill and not really Chad Fincham. Chad Fincham just got in the way, but with Timmy Hill, when I was behind Timmy Hill and I was on his bumper, you can tell that the computer is putting the brakes on because your RPMs will kind of go down on the thing, and when you're drafting somebody, your RPM should not go down, they should go up. So the computer is actually slightly putting the foot on the brake and kind of pressing the brake down as the foot is still on the throttle, and that's why you're not able to get them to RPM. And it really pisses me off when they do that. But anyways, as we come up there, Kowalski and Fincham, as Kowalski is just so caught up in lap traffic here, as Harrison Burton is trying to prevent Kowalski from passing him, which just shows no class actually. Harrison Burton should let Kowalski go. Kowalski is a faster car than Burton, and Burton needs to show a little bit more sportsmanship. And again, guys, I'm going to go off script here. They need to change that in, I guess, V5, or I think it's V5, but the next Heat game that comes out, they really need to change that with the AI. The AI needs to understand about racing situations. To me, the AI doesn't know about racing situations in this game. They'll try to block you at all costs, which is kind of unnecessary. You don't need to block all the time, especially when, like, you're a lap down, like, okay, like, Newman, like, when I was trying to draft Dillon and earlier, and Newman came up, Newman was faster than what I was, and he was the leader, so I let him go. I didn't try to block Newman. This is what the AI needs to understand when I'm like that. They need to, if you're a lap down or 2 laps down, there's no need for you to block a faster car. Actually, it's like that in Formula 1, actually. I think it's like that in Nascar, too. It's called the blue flag. Your spotter will say, hey, you know, you got faster cars coming. You need to let them go. This is what the AI needs to do in this game. They need to understand about that. You don't need to block a faster car. You're just slowing the car down. And you're slowing the pack down. There's no need for you to do that. As Joey Gates gets loose and actually just kind of spins out and causes the caution to come out. That too, guys, that too kind of pisses me off about this game. There's no, I barely bumped Joey Gates for him to spin out like that. It just, certain things that the AI does in this game pisses me off. As we look at the lead lap, as Eric Amarola and William Byron and Ryan Blaney and Kurt Busch is a lap down, and so is his teammate Matt Kenseth. And we're going to pit here, and we're not going to fix the damage. So we're going to get 4 tires and fuel. So as we're back here at Texas Motor Speedway, as we are a lap down actually from what happened earlier when we were so in the back. And it's not just because of the car, it was because Reddick was trying to get his teammate going, and not really too familiar with Texas actually. You know, trying to show the track and kind of feel off the track, and Eric Jones trying to get underneath Tyler Reddick here, and Tyler is just going to stay up top and let Jones go here. Jones is the more faster car, and Reddick knows that, so he let Jones go there. As there goes Chase Elliott DNF on yesterday in Homestead, as Chase Elliott dive bombs to the bottom, and Tyler's just gonna stay up top or whatever, stay out of harm's way. Chris Buescher tries to get in front of Tyler. Tyler just drag to the middle of the track and passes Bush with, he passes Busher with ease after he goes 3 wide in Texas here. It's very dangerous here to go 3 wide in Texas. Really needs to, these drivers really need to understand the dimensions of Texas here, as Michael McDowell is getting speed burst down there as he comes up quick near Reddick. Reddick not buying it, goes down low to defend, and Michael McDowell had to slow up as again he gets speed burst down there. Something about that corner, and Reddick is just going to let Michael McDowell go here as it gets really tight down in this area, especially with traffic coming, as there's a lot as who is that? Boyer gets right behind Reddick there, so Reddick really had to slam on his brakes or whatever from preventing that from happening. Again, guys, the AI in this game are very, very dirty. As you can see, in certain tracks, they don't work well. And what I mean by that is they'll try to, like, I don't know, it's like they're faster sometimes, and they'll try to brake train you and get past you. And then, like, if you try to block them, they'll try to go underneath you and ride you up the wall. I hate that in this game. That's one thing, again, that they need to fix in this game with the AI. There's no reason for Clint Boyer to do that. That's the second time he's done that to me in my season here. He did it too in Miami and spun his own self out, and then did not pit, and then actually came went back out there without fixing his damage and DNF in that game, in that race. So the AI just has no awareness about where you are. Or not even awareness, they have no respect where you are. They'll push you out of the way just to try to take that lane. It's unacceptable. And it's dirty driving. You're not supposed to do it. You see how I'm playing the AI? I'm playing the AI very professionally. And trying not to make contact with them and race them very cleanly. The AI just doesn't understand what I am doing. So they're going to try to do whatever it takes to cause an accident. That's what it is. They're trying to cause an accident. There's certain ways. I know in Nascar there's a lot of accidents and a lot of, you know, with drivers who everything. But that's off of like positioning or anything like that. Or not really positioning, but that's off of just like your car or your tire wear. That's not, they don't really do it intentionally. This game does it intentionally to you. You see how there's always cautions, right? But there's always cautions with you, not the AI. Like when you see a caution, you can't see what happened because it's not in your rearview mirror, or it's not in your thing, not unless it happens right in front of you. But again, like it's just more of, I don't know, like more of I don't know. It's just like, I know in iRacing it's like that too. There's cautions and you don't see the caution come out, so you don't know where the caution's coming from. So, you know, but this game, sometimes there's a caution, but it's always with you, never with the other AI. Nonetheless, like I said, you don't see the other one. Even if it's not, like, intentionally near you, like, you go back to my other video with Atlanta, and we finally passed Clint Boyer, who spins out again. Oh God, I'm gonna have to put the AI at more stable. I did that with Joey Gates. It's like the AI does not want you to pass them. I don't understand. It's just horrible programming. Horrible programming. You know, oh God, it's just certain drivers too that do that. It just pisses me off about this game. Just, like I said, there's some things I love about this game. And there's just some things I can't stand about it, and that's one of them with the AI. And I don't like how they get speed bursts down at the bottom lane. Like if you're on the top lane, you'll constantly get speed bursts down at the bottom lane just to pass you. It's like, it's bullshit. And that's just what I mean by horsepower, where I feel like you don't have enough horsepower with the AI. I mean, you should be able to keep up with, if you got a 5-star car, You should be able to keep up with the AI even if you're on the top lane. There's no reason for the AI just to blow right by you because you're on the bottom and you're on the top. It's not like that with you and them. If you're on the bottom and they're on the top, they're going to keep staying right with you. They're going to keep right with you. It's bullshit and it's badly programmed. As Cole Custer tries to get underneath Tyler Reddick for no apparent reason. He should have stayed outside. I'm sorry, guys. About ranting or whatever, but there's just some things in this game that really piss me off. As we're not gonna pit here. And again, it has to do with the AI. It has nothing to do with steering or gameplay or anything like that. It has to do with the AI. They need to trash this AI and build another one. Because this AI is they're too aggressive. It all the time, and it really needs to not even be like that. I mean, they could be 6 laps down and block you like they're in first place. It's absolute.
Coming to the green, driver.
It's unnecessary. It's unnecessary. How this game is, how the AI is ran and built in this game. That's why you can't have a preferred line in this game. Like what I mean by that is that you can't pick a line in this game because the draft is so important in this game. Just like in real NASCAR, the draft is so important because you constantly have to force to be in the middle or down low because that's where the AI is. I mean, sometimes they're upstairs, but if you're up top, they're just gonna go down bottom or in the middle just so you won't get their draft. So there's no preferred line. And another thing is because you don't have enough horsepower. You don't have enough horsepower to be able to hold your own. And so you have to rely on the draft. That's why I don't play on 105. I mean, I'm not saying that you can't beat the AI on 105 difficulty. But like I said, they're easy on 105 difficulty. They play the same way if it was 85 difficulty. The only thing is that they're slower than you. That's the only thing it is. On 105 difficulty, David Reagan right now would be doing the same thing to me as in 105 difficulty, as he's trying to block me for no apparent reason. And again, just to cause an accident, Justin Haley is right there. So it's an accident just waiting to happen.
Clear all around. Clear high. Clear high.
I'm not being... I guess I'm being really nitpicky. Matt Kenseth actually did that. And again, the AI just bumped me into the wall just so that can happen. So, as actually there's really no damage to the car that much. But do you see what I'm saying with the AI? Actually, I get no fuel. Well, actually, we can get fuel here. And get a full can of fuel, and we'll do that. But you see what Matt Kenseth did, right? I mean, I was on top, he was on the bottom. He forced me right into that wall. He drove me right up there. Now, if I was going full speed, I could have DNF'd and hit the wall and spun out. This is what I'm talking about with the AI. They'll do whatever it takes to crash you. So, we got back on the lead lap. Michael McDowell got the free pass. But you see what I'm saying though, with the AI? They just drive so fucking dirty and stupid. Like, I could really get pissed off and spin out Matt Kenseth with his dirty antics. But you know what? I got more class than this fucking game does. And I really got more class than what these fucking developers do. To build a horrible, stupid AI like that. It's just so fucking, you can't play, like, realistically. Because this game would just not allow you to do that. There's no need for Matt Kenseth to do that. Like, what was his purpose? What was his goal there to do that? Just for a DNF? It's stupid. It's dumb. I mean, I'm not trying to rant here or whatever, but the AI is garbage in this game. I mean, I'm not saying they're garbage as in racing, because they race very well in this game. They give you a fight, a challenge, and there's some things I love about the AI in this game. As you go back to my other videos, in Atlanta, and Homestead, and everything, you know, I love what the AI did. But there's certain tracks that's unplayable. And I think Charlotte's one of them too. As I looked at some of the gameplay, they were kind of ranting about the AI in Charlotte Motor Speedway. Just like in Texas, I'm not really too familiar with this track because, like I said, I'm new to the Heat series, but I try to play simulation, and the AI just doesn't play. I don't know. They just don't play fair with the user and the AI. As you can see, I got loose on the bottom of the track, as there was no need for me to get loose there. This game has, I wouldn't say predictability or whatever, but sometimes this game snaps your car for no apparent reason. To make, like right there, it felt like I wanted to drift towards the wall over here, just hit the wall. It's just stupid stuff that this game, and stupid random stuff that this game does that makes absolutely no sense in racing terms. I don't know, I think the developers are 704, but they need to actually build a better foundation for this game. Because, I mean, I play this game for fun. I don't play it as so realism or anything like that. So, I mean, like a crash right there could have ended, a crash, I think a crash can end your day. You know, but it has to be a significant crash, and it has to mean something. So, I don't know, tracks in this game feel very random to me. Like in Homestead, when the very first time where I spun out, where I wanted to spin out on the very first, like I think it was the very first turn actually on Homestead, my car snapped towards that corner, and I kind of got loose, and my car felt like, right now it feels like it wants to turn into pit lane, or into the grass right there. So I don't know if it's the setup or whatever. I mean, when I fixed the wedge in Miami, the car was very, very stable, and I really did feel the snappiness. So I think it's the setup that you use for a certain kind of track. I mean, of course, if you have a loose setup and you're running like this, it's very difficult to, I don't know, I really can't tell, like, I don't know how to explain myself. It's very difficult to run a loose setup in this game because of the randomness to the game. What I mean by randomness, by track randomness, like when I wanted to, like when the game wanted to pull me into this corner right here. This corner feels like it has a ice pack on it, or a banana peel, where you're very slippery in the turns. And you see the AI is like that too. The game will do that to the AI. You see Michael McDowell almost spun out in that corner right there. So these tracks are very, very random. They're very, I don't like it. You know, you shouldn't have a track so randomly and make your car do that. If you go on real life, see, like right there, it wants to pull me right in pit road. For some odd reason, it wants to pull me in pit road. I don't know what it is with this game. It's just like that. It's like, you know, some tracks are like that, some tracks ain't. As the AI is so aggressive again, as you see Cole Custer is giving me draft. He's not giving me a bump draft. Well, he just gave me a bump draft, but it really wasn't a bump draft. It was so much as in, like, you hang on to my bumper in the draft, but you really shouldn't. As you see, as I was doing the Austin Dillon, bump drafting Austin Dillon, That's how you do it in these type of tracks. You don't sit there and bump and draft somebody and like it's a super speedway, and that's what the AI does. And this is with another caution. We're not going to pit. As you see, Joey Logano is on fire. Well, I think he blew a tire. But do you see what I'm saying, guys? With the AI, they don't recognize certain situations. They don't recognize what you are doing. And some tracks are like that. Like in this track, it seems like you have to slow down, especially on that where the finish line is, and you're coming into this turn right here. You have to slow down, and the AI just speeds up, and they'll just blow right past you with Godspeed and a great turning ability. It's unrealistic as we jump 13 spots and is in first place. So don't know how that happened. Maybe, because I didn't pit. But like I said, guys, I'm not trying to rant here, but there's just certain things in this game that I don't like and I can't really stand. It really breaks immersion from the game too when it's played like that. When I first played this game, I absolutely loved the game because I played at Daytona, and it was more of, I played at super speedway, so super speedways in this game are fine. They're kind of challenging though, even on a, not a not on a hard difficulty. They're kind of challenging because you have the AI at speed. They can actually get past you and go 4 wide, especially Talladega. I don't play at Talladega, so I don't know about Talladega. But I know at Daytona they go 3 wide on you, and it's very hard to block all 3 lanes. And sometimes you get loose as they go 3 wide down the back of Texas. So you're gonna give up the lead. You're gonna give up position. You just have to understand, like that. I don't mind what Harvick did. Harvick drafted me, and really, when the turn came, he really got off of the gas, and he really just backed away. That's how you do it in bump drafting. I mean, in drafting, you don't have to sit there and draft somebody just to go way up there, or to. It's really pointless because you're really not making much of an effort to do that, or not much of an effort. You're really not. How do I want to say that? You're really not making much ground if you do that. As we get loose, I don't know how that happened actually. As Josh Balicki really got lucky and really got lucky as Chase Elliott just gave us a bump draft or a bump, and actually I hate that too. In fact, the AI will come up with Godspeed, and they'll come up and bump you, and the rear end will hit you, and you go up near the wall. That shit is garbage and trash in this game. And you see, I went up from 1, and I dropped 15 spots in a matter of not even a lap. It's this game is just, oh god, some tracks are unplayable. They're unplayable with the AI. And I don't even have the AI at 105 difficulty, but I have it at a respectable ability. Or respectable ability. I play on 104 difficulty and not 105. So again, it's not like they do this on a special difficulty, because they do it on all difficulties. The only difference with the AI is speed. If you play on a lower difficulty, you're gonna lap them fucking 7 times. But if you play on a respectable ability, you probably lap them 1 time, maybe 2 times, depending on the leaders. So, what are you gonna do? Lap them like 27 times? It's no fun. So you put them on a respectable ability, but you have to deal with this bullshit. So it's really not fun. You have to pick a certain line, and it's the bottom. Because if you're up top, again, you're going to go near the wall and hit the wall. It's just very frustrating, and it's very stupid that this game is built like that. I mean, like I said, I'm not trying to rant or I'm not trying to say anything. I mean, I'm enjoying the series with Tyler Reddick and his struggles being a rookie. But it's a certain, oh God, it's just certain things in this game that piss me the fuck off, and that is one of them. Especially when you get off the gas. It seems like when you get off the gas, that's when the AI speeds up. It's like they know when your foot's off the gas. I think they read your inputs, actually. I think the game reads your inputs and refers it back to the AI, and that's why the AI knows what you're going to do. That's why you can't play with a mouse. Well, you can play with a mouse and keyboard, actually. On the PC version, you can play with a mouse and keyboard. Very, very challenging to do that. But am I going to go for revenge and spin out Chase Elliott just because he did that? No. Why? Because, you know, I mean, you know, I don't know, it's just not worth it in this game. Well, why are you going to spin out the AI? What are you accomplishing? You're not accomplishing anything. They're just bots. It's not like that's the real Chase Elliott. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you trying to accomplish there if you try to spin out the AI? The only time when I spin out Chris Buescher is because I was trying to make a storyline out of it and have him as like sort of a rivalry. That's the only reason why I spun out Chris Buescher. But I'm not going to spin out Chase Elliott because he buck-strapped or he bumped me and tried to force me into the wall. It makes no sense into doing that. If you look at the car status, yeah, well, we're going to have to make a green flag this time. But that's what I hate about the game, guys. I mean, I don't mind the bumping and I don't mind the stuff or whatever, but when random stuff like that happens, especially on track, when random stuff like that happens, that pisses me off. Especially with this track, which it tried to force me into pit road. For no apparent reason. It's like, I don't know, it's just like like hands are coming at you. Like hands are grabbing your car and pulling you into pit road. That's what it feels like. Especially when you're going to spin out, it feels like hands are controlling your car. Like you're not even, like your inputs don't matter. And the game is forcing you to spin out. It's garbage. It's trash and garbage. And look, I got past Chase Elliott with class. After he speed burst, that's what I call it, speed burst, with a ton of momentum on this corner right here. Or on, I don't even think it was on that corner. It was on this corner over here. When he should have spun out himself going that fast into that corner. Sometimes I feel like the AI is unrealistic when it happens like that. You can't do that. Why are you going to make the AI do that? Again, see, it's going to pull me into that pit road. It's just certain stuff in this game that pisses me off. It's, oh God, it's, yeah, it's sometimes it's just, oh, I don't even want to say anything. That's how bad it is on certain tracks. It's just, oh my God, it's bad. This game is unbalanced too, with the AI and the user. It's unbalanced. Even if you put it on 105 difficulty, they still cheat you with tire wear and fuel. And what I mean by tire wear and fuel is that if you start winning a lot of races on 105 difficulty, because I've done it before, you start winning a lot of races, the game will absolutely fuck you over in pit stop situations. They'll make your fuel, they'll make the AI on unlimited tire wear and unlimited fuel, and they'll wait for you to pit, and then they'll pit. So you'll be out there like, they'll be out there like a lap longer than you on certain tracks too. It's just, it's garbage. It's cheating the user. It is. It's absolute trash, man. That's one thing I don't like about the game, or on any kind of game like that. Why are you going to give somebody an advantage of staying out there a little bit more longer than you? That's unbalanced. Their tire wear is unbalanced. They don't go by tire wear, actually. Anyway, in this game, the AI does not go on tire wear. That's why they're out there, and that's why mechanical things happen. Like Joey Logano blew a tire. His tire wear was wearing out. He should have went to the pit and got some fresh tires. This AI is not programmed like that. The AI is programmed by how much fuel they have, not by how much tire wear they have. You ever notice that? When they pit, when it's like certain situations, you're like, why is they not taking tires? Or why did they pit in this situation? It's just stupid random stuff like that. It just breaks the immersion from the game sometimes to me. It's like, I don't know, it's like, oh God, like, why are they doing that? Like, and sometimes it feels like the game is giving you a win. It's I don't know. It's just unbalanced. And it really needs to not be unbalanced. Like in this certain situation, you're supposed to brake. You're going top speed like that, you're gonna crash. As I had to do with Chastain here, I had to brake. You know, it's just the review of this game. I gave it like a 5.5. You know, maybe a 6. I don't want to give it a 7 because the 7 is average, which it isn't. It's an average racer. It's an okay racer. I'm not saying it's a bad racer. It's an okay racer. It's just certain situations that are unbalanced and random stuff, and the AI crashing into you, or having godlike steering and godlike tire wear to do that. I don't know. That needs to change. That really does need to change. Either tighten up your AI and make them a little bit more smarter, or make things more balanced for the user and the AI. You know, this game never done that to me though, but I've seen videos about it where somebody told the viewer that you know, it felt like he was out, like it felt like the like the AI had more fuel than them, and they were forced to pit. You know, because you know you have to pit for fuel, so it felt like, you know, he had to pit or whatever. You know, as we're gonna be all on a lead lap or whatever. As we're not, you know, so, but you know, I try to make my gameplay exciting, and I try to make my gameplay balanced too with the AI. You know, it's not hard to make a storyline by yourself with this game. It's actually pretty fun. Like I'm doing it right now. I'm making a storyline with some of these events. Like, I know this game has DNFs a lot. Like a DNF, I had this happen with that thing or whatever. So, yeah, a DNF just happened, and that happened or whatever. So I'm gonna make a storyline out of that DNF, of why that driver DNF. You know what you know? I just feel like it just brings excitement to the game of why, and keep track of that driver and why he DNF, and keep track of his success by race from race to race to race. It's just well thought out and well thing by me to do that, as Kurt Busch and BJ McLeod go downstairs and they go to, you know, they're side by side with each other and they're both on the bottom lane. So what a great job by the game of recognizing that. Like I said, I love the interactions with drafting too in this game. This game handles drafting very, very well, very, very intelligently. The only thing about it is that they didn't build the AI like that. The AI would draft you still on tight corners and just on corners basically, and ride you up near that wall. And there's just really no excuse for the AI to do that. They should buff draft you, like what I did to Austin Dillon earlier. But again, this Austin Dillon doesn't want. Well, I could have made him go somewhere if I really wanted to, you know, but he just didn't, I don't know, it just took so much time that, you know, I didn't want to get, you know, overlapped. Not overlap, I keep on saying overlap. I didn't want to get like 2 or 3 laps down to get him going, you know, and I'm not too familiar with this track either, so I wasn't too familiar with with giving him bump drag. So maybe I'll do it in. It's kind of hard in Bristol too, because I think the next race is in Bristol. Bristol, baby. But yeah, the next race is in Bristol. It's a day race, so yeah, the next race is in Bristol. So I don't know. Maybe at a super speedway I can get him going. Maybe at I know in Charlotte you could probably get him going. I don't know. It seems like Austin Dillon is gonna wake up someday. He's gonna have to wake up. The season is still young, and you know, I love the AI in this game. I'm not saying that they're garbage. You know, I love the AI in this game. The AI races very, very intelligently. They race like some other racers that I play, and they are very simulated. They race better than the simulated races that I've played over on my PlayStation 4 Pro. But I got Project Cars 2 and Gran Turismo and all that. This game races better than all those games that I just mentioned with their AI. So, but there's just certain things that the AI does in this game that just really bother me, and it just makes no sense. And you deal with the randomness of the track too. Like, see, I like how Matt Kenseth is right there with me. Like, I'm not blown away from Matt Kenseth. He's just sitting there right there. And I just like how the AI runs their lines. They don't run the same line. They don't go down low all the time and stay down low. They go up high. They go in the middle. You know, it's a certain preferred line that they pick. But it can not benefit you at all. What I mean by that is that if you go up there, you're going to go down. Because they don't want you to get their draft, which is very, very, very smart. You know, but you know, I just don't think this game handles track temperature. I don't think it has track temperature, but I make it like it's real life, like track temperature and all that stuff, and what tire you should use, and how worn your tires are, and, you know, aero damage and aero, you know, like you know, just for dirty air and clean air, and just, you know, like metrics to racing. You know, I know a lot. I don't know a lot about motorsports, but I know what I need to know about motorsports to know. I don't, you know, I watch a ton of Formula One, and I used to watch NASCAR a lot, but ever since my favorite driver, Dale Earnhardt Jr., I'm a big Dale Earnhardt Jr. fan. Ever since he left, I kind of like left NASCAR alone a little bit. But now, but I'm getting back into NASCAR, and I'm starting, you know, I like Kevin Harvick, and I like Denny Hamlin, so, and I like Joey Logano, but my favorite driver is, Kevin Harvick, so, I mean, I'm starting to like Kevin, and I think he's a good representative for NASCAR, and, you know, and all that stuff. So there's a lot of drivers that I do like Ryan Blaney and Bubba Wallace, you know. All those drivers are good, you know. Certain organizations that I like, you know. But yeah, see, I mean, now it's gotten better as the run series on. It's gotten better. The car feels good. You know, it doesn't feel loose. And I'm on a tight setup, guys. I'm not on a loose setup. Yesterday I was on a loose setup, and I loosened the car up. Now I tighten the car up, or it's in the middle. Like I said, I don't use custom setup in the championship mode, because I think custom setups are, I don't think they're that overpowered with the AI, but you have an advantage over the AI when you use a custom setup. And sometimes the game will cheat for the AI to catch up to you because you have a custom setup. So I don't say cheat. I just feel like it's rubber banding sometimes in this game. like the game will have rubber banding in the game. It's like if you got a big lead on the AI and it's kind of like what I am, like 104 difficulty or even 105 difficulty, the game will like have rubber banding. Like the guy will just catch up to you like right away. You could be like way in the back, and you could have a good sizable lead on him, and he'll just break away from you. I mean, not break away, he'll just catch up to you right away. And you're like, well, how did that happen? As we come up on William Byron here, and hopefully get a top 10. So, you know, as we gonna clear William? Yep, we're gonna clear Byron. So, I mean, I'm not saying that I don't like, you know, I mean, I like this game. And that's why I keep posting it on my channel. But I'm a very simulated guy, and I take, you know, like, you know, and everything, you know, and I'm playing with my wheel. You know, I got a Fanatic wheel, and I've been playing with the controller a lot. But I just feel like some tracks are made for the controller, or I don't know. I just feel like some tracks are better with the controller, and then some tracks are better than the wheel. Like road courses, I think are better with a wheel than a controller. There's just a lot more free of steering with the wheel than the input. As William Byron's gonna get to be right back if you kiss that wall. He should have never even done that. That's another thing that needs to be fixed in this game. When you kind of hit the wall, but you not really hit it, the AI will automatically catch up to you. That's annoying. That needs to be fixed. But anyway, yeah, I think that the wheel in some tracks are better than the controller. As you see that again, you know, I'm trying to. My car wanted to go into pit road, so I mean I had to steer my way out of there. As I'm used to. Like I said, guys, I got a Fanatic steering wheel, and then I got a Thrustmaster 300. With both the clutch, so I'm using a clutch with my and not the shifters. I can use the shifters. I think the shifters are a little bit more better in this game than the clutch because you know, it's just right there by your hands and your wheels. You'll be able to do it more than, you know, one-handed. You can actually run one-handed in this game with the wheel. Very different from other sim racers where you have to, or other racers where you have to keep both hands on the wheel. But there's not really much force feedback. I mean, not really force. There's really not much. Yeah, there's not really much feedback in this game. Like there's no downforce. You don't feel the downforce of the wheel. The only thing that you feel is your wheel being hugging the road, or your tires getting worn out. Or anything. Like when you get loose there, yeah, you're gonna have to put two hands on the wheel. But you know, I noticed that you can put two hands off. I mean, one hand on the wheel, and you know when you're getting loose and knowing to put two hands on the wheel. So it's kind of hard to switch gears with your clutch. Or no, not a clutch, but a stick shift. I'm sorry, stick shift. Or a clutch or whatever, you know, the 3 pedals. But that's why I use the shifter in this game. Just so if I feel loose or whatever, I can put two hands, you know, always on the wheel. I always put two hands on the wheel, so it doesn't matter. But even with the wheel, it seems like on the default setup you can't turn. Like, like your car won't turn. You know, I got a 1080 degree. Oh yeah, 1080 degree wheel. Like it goes 1080 degrees around. And sometimes I have to, you know, like kind of like I pulled it all the way over one time. And it didn't go anywhere. It just stayed in the middle. I think I was on Kentucky. I was just trying out Kentucky Speedway or something. Ooh. Oh, I just hit the wall. I was trying Kentucky Speedway, and it just seemed like I was in the middle, and I was trying to get out of the middle, and I was trying to like hug the line down there, and the game just drifted me up, and I had my wheel all the way turned, like 1080 degrees, all the way turned, max turn to the left, and it still just didn't want to turn. So I just think that this game doesn't recognize your input sometimes, your steering input. So that's all I'm trying to say, guys. I mean, there's some things I like about the game, and there's some things I don't like about it. You know, I'm not saying it's a bad game. It's not a bad game, but if you're trying to go for realism like I am, it kind of breaks the immersion from you. And this race has absolutely flown by, guys. Like, this race has absolutely flown by. Like, it was like a 334 lap race. We're already at 185 laps to go. We're going on 184. So it's just, that's why I run 4 races in this game, because when I run like a 25% or a, like, I guess you can run like break, like have the race break in half with like a 25%, 7%, or even like that. I just feel like the races are too quick, and I mean, it's good, but like the races are very, very quick, and I don't like that. I like to run the full lap and the full race. Again, I got no stages on, so I got no stages on in this game. Oh, this season that I got with Tyler Reddick, but I'm gonna do another Cup series, and I'm gonna have stages. I don't know what driver I want. I was thinking about getting Bubba Wallace, because I like Bubba. So I was looking to get, like, I don't want to pick, like my favorite driver is Kevin Harvick. I don't want to pick, like, Harvick, because he's already, like, kind of OP in this game. So I don't want to pick, like, a well-known established driver. So I want to, you know, I want to struggle. I might fuck around with the settings in this game, and make it a little bit more challenging, like put my tire wear, because right now my tire wear is on normal, so maybe I can put it like on less, like more wear and less grip. But when you do that, you're kind of like fucking yourself. And what I mean by that is that this game already has randomness to the game. Like, the tracks are already, like, kind of like randomness. As you can see, I'm on normal tire wear and more grip. That's what my setting is, more grip. Because I felt like the AI was, like, beating me in corners a lot. And when you got less grip on your tires, you're going to be sliding more. And you're going to be drifting up, because your tires are not gripping well to hit that corner well. And the AI will go right by you. And I feel that. So I put it on more grip for that reason, and it still didn't make a difference, because they still dive bomb unrealistically towards the bottom and try to drift you up. They don't even care if you're there. They'll just go right down underneath you, like you're not even there, if they want to get past you, which is unrealistically. But it's a video game. But anyways, yeah. So if you do that, even if you do that, seems like the whole crew's pitting, because we're gonna pit. Even if you do that, guys, you know, like if you put, like, change your settings and put it like a little bit more harder for you, the track is, the randomness of the track is going to fuck you over. It will even make it even more difficult to get away from the randomness of the track. Because you see, as I get in that turn, it wants to pull me into pit road. For some reason, like again, like there's hands grabbing your car and pulling you in. Like, I want to pull you into pit road. It's just cheap. It makes you lose time. Or the AI will try to push you into pit road. You know, I don't know if that's a penalty in real life, but yeah, I mean, you know, like, my gameplay was focused around, realism and, the struggles of commentating over that, but I kind of got away from that right now and talking about the game and, talking about myself and giving you guys a little bit about myself and, the type of gameplay that I like to experience, and that's how it is. I like to experience gameplay that's realism, I don't like to, be boring and just, I see a lot of people that they talk or whatever, but they don't talk about the game. They just talk about random stuff. That's just boring. It's not realism. Not realism, but it's not, I don't know, it's just, I always thought that when you commentate over a game or something, you should commentate about what's going on in your game. Like the struggles of the game. Like anything. But as I was talking about the settings, if you make it hard on yourself, you're really trying to make it hard on yourself because the game has randomness to it with the track. And if you change those settings, the game is going to know that and it's going to do more random stuff to you. So it's really not balanced at all. Well balanced. As you can see, Kurt Busch gets speed burst. He has no, I think he had a draft. I'm not sure if he had a draft or not. I'm really not sure about that, but like that, right there, that happened. That happened a couple times when Eric Jones did that. What's my damage actually? 11 seconds. So really not that bad of damage actually. But like that needs to really be fixed or whatever. They should not be able to bump you and cause more damage to your car. Just like Eric Jones did. Eric Jones went over there and his side went right into the wall. It's unbalanced. Not real bad. It's just garbage. It's making you make another pit stop so you can lose more positions. That's what it is. It's absolute. It's a joke. It really is, man. It's like I said, it's only in certain tracks, and we just stayed neutral. We went down a spot. I guess, I don't know. Yeah, we went down a spot. So I fixed the damage. It's just it's garbage. It's absolute garbage. How this game is built. It's absolutely disgusting, man. It makes my stomach curl when I see that. It's just I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like how this. It's just no. It's garbage. It's absolute garbage. You notice that whoever done that to you, whoever makes contact with you, you notice how they're always up in front of you. Like you can't get near them because the game doesn't want you to take revenge on them. Which I'm not going to take revenge on Eric Jones. Why would I do that? I have more knowledge of racing than this game does, and I have more class than that. So, it's just stupid. And the AI, I don't like the pitting situations either. I don't like how they can have massive damage on their car, and I can have not damage on my car, and they can still catch up to me, or they can still blow right by me with massive damage. It's just, I just find that funny, like what Chase Elliott did right now. He doesn't, I don't think he has massive damage on his car, but he's got some kind of damage, and you think air effect would have an effect in this game, and I'm in dirty air right now, so that's kind of slowing me down, but still, I've just fixed the damage on my car. My car's not that damaged, so why is he out in front? Why is it so hard for me to catch up to him? He's got damage on his hood. I just don't understand this game. Sometimes. Look at that. He's got damage on his hood, and he's keeping up with me, stride for stride. It's broken. Absolutely broken. I don't know. It just, like I said, it just breaks the immersion of this game for me. Sometimes. I'm not complaining, but I'm just saying, if you're going for realism and simulation, that stuff bothers you, because that should never happen. He should not be able to stay side by side with me. I don't care if he's got a good car. I don't care. He should not be able. And look at, I got past Eric Jones with class. With class. It's a joke. It really is. How this game is built. I mean, it's not, well, not how the game is built, but how the AI is in this game. It's trash. They need to scrap this AI. This AI is garbage when it comes to certain tracks. It's garbage. It's like they don't know what to do, so they're gonna blow right by you and have their rear end go right near you and bump you into that wall just because you're near the wall. That's what it is. It's not very smart racing, it's not very fair racing, and it's unsportsmanship all the way. Having no respect for your opponent. I mean, look, I was in like, what, 4th place, and I came down to 13th place already in a matter of a restart. A matter of a restart. It's broken. It's absolute unacceptable. You notice how you bump the AI, right? And you get loose, but they never get loose, they stay straight. You notice that? I don't know. I'm not gonna complain. I mean, I'm done ranting, guys. It's just disgusting of what you have to deal with in this game with the AI. It's just that more disgusting to able to do that. Especially, I mean, I never played this game before. I never played the Heat series. I never played Heat. I know there's what, Heat Evolution. The very first game in this game, I looked it up or whatever, and I heard that was the worst game of all time. So the problems in that game are in this game. I mean, they cleaned it up a little bit, but I mean, I look back on the history of the Heat games, and yeah, some of the stuff that I see, I'm like, wow, it's in this game that I'm playing right now. It's just, I don't know. You think that it's 2020, right? I mean, it's the year 2020. It shouldn't be like this. I mean, I'm playing with my wheel, and I feel the contact with the AI. It makes my wheel shake. I mean, the AI, it just makes contact with you so much in this game. It's just, I don't know. I guess it's like that in real NASCAR, but this game tries to overdo it with the contact. It's just, I don't know. I don't like it. I don't think it's really realism or at all. I think it's more random shit just to make you pit and lose spots and then have to gain it all back, and you know, you're like, wow, if you actually win the race, you're like, wow, you know, I've crashed 7 to 8 times with the AI and I still won. I mean, in real life that would never happen. I mean, it's just, I don't know, it's just randomness. I mean, for what? So the game kind of crashed into that wall. For what? I dropped, what, down to 15? And I still made it into the top 10. I'm in 6th place. So what was the point of the game doing that? No point at all. Absolutely no point at all. And this is 104 difficulty. Tell me that if I don't go on 105 on the same track that they would do the same thing. They will. The only thing about it is that they're a lot more faster and they pull away from you on restarts. The only difference, and that's something I can't handle, and that's something I can't stand, because I have a decent car. Tyler Reddick, I mean, I'm not saying RCR cars are slow or whatever, but I can have, you know, they're pretty good. They're pretty good cars. And they got good horsepower. And I should not be losing on restarts, no horsepower like that. Especially when, on this track, when the bottom lane is the preferred line. I think in real life, I think the bottom lane on these certain turns are real life. If you go up high, and you try to burn, like if I'm high right now, and say a guy down low and back of me, right? He's going to win 9 times out of 10 because I don't know. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I just think that that should never happen here. It's some kind of track. I think even in real life, I think that I don't know. I just think I'm not saying a certain lane has an advantage. I just feel like I don't know. It's very, very, very steep up there. And there's really no point of staying down there, staying up there in this track now. Like right now, it's just on a straightaway. You know, I just think that downstairs in the bottom is a little bit more precise line because you have to slow down when you get up here. If you're on the top, you really have to slow down when you're up there. And the bottom, you don't have to. You just go freely and more faster on corner exit. So I just think that the bottom right there has a little bit more of an advantage over the top. But you know, on 105 difficulty sometimes you can be down on the bottom lane and the AI will have, they will go upstairs and they will still beat you off the top. And you're like, how? How is that happening? It's just, I don't think it's fair, and I think it's a load of crap. The kind of this is the kind of horsepower that the computer has in some certain, I'm not saying all tracks, in certain type of tracks. Not saying all tracks. Like I was watching some other guy's video or whatever, and I was playing Kentucky with my wheel. Yeah, I was playing Kentucky with my wheel, and I just felt the AI had some kind of advantage over me. I didn't know what it was. I just felt the AI had some sort of an advantage over me, and I didn't look it up or whatever. I just looked at this guy's channel and looked up Kentucky and watched other people play it. So I'm like, why am I having, you know, I just felt like the AI had an advantage. So I looked up on YouTube or whatever, and I looked at this guy's channel, and he was saying that the game is unbalanced when it comes to certain tracks. The AI has, it's like, they're OP. And that's what I felt in Kentucky. Kentucky and Kansas. Not so much Kansas. Kansas, they'll try to blow away from you. Like if you're in the back, like if you start in the back of the pack, they'll try to like get burst speeds and like a super speedway, and they'll try to like blow away from you so they can, you know, so you won't get their draft. It's bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. It's garbage. That's why I play on 104 difficulty, because I tested it out and it kind of did the same thing, but I was able to catch up a little bit more than the 105 difficulty. I mean, I can catch up on 105 difficulty, but it took a couple laps for me to do that. 104 difficulty, you don't. I was able to catch up in pretty good time. So I just feel like 104 difficulty is a right amount of mixture of racing. I mean, look at, and it works perfectly, I guess, because in some sort of tracks, I think you have the advantage. In some sort of track, the AI has an advantage. Like in Kentucky, I think the AI has an advantage over you for some odd reason. I don't know what it is with that track. It just feels like when you go on there, like when you face the AI, it feels like the AI has, you're faster than that. No matter what difficulty it is on, not unless you put it on fucking 85 difficulty, you know, and not competitive difficulty, then yeah, you know, you're gonna go right by. But if you play on a competitive difficulty, or even 105 difficulty, you're gonna feel like you're slow and the AI is faster than you. And then the pitting situation, if you're on manual pit, like if you don't play with flags, if you just play with black flags on and you play with no flags, the AI would intentionally try to crash into you. And then when you, like if you have a clean race, with don't flags. Like you'll have to pit before the AI does. And then when you pit, the AI, so you're always a lap down. I noticed that in Kentucky. So, I don't know what it is with that track. I just feel like the AI just has magical tire grip, and they're faster. It's bullshit. Unrealistic. It's not, like I said, it's not on all tracks. It's on some tracks. Like this track right here, I just feel the AI is faster than you. It doesn't matter what kind of setup you have. I just feel like the AI is faster than you, especially on corners. Now, again, I'm not using a custom setup. I'm using a default setup. And I could be, over the long run, I could be able to keep up with the AI. There goes our RTR teammate, Austin Dillon. There he is. But, yeah, guys, I'm not trying to rant here or whatever, but I just feel like this game is unbalanced in a lot of ways, and they really, really need to fix that in next year's game. And if we could build a new AI, especially Austin Dillon, like Austin Dillon would not be in 27th place in real life in Texas. I don't know if he would. I don't even know if he would. I know he won here before. Austin Dillon. He won here in Texas in real life before. So I don't know, guys. I just feel like if you're on a team, a racing team in this game, and you try to draft your buddy, like the game just doesn't allow you to do that. I don't know what it is. I just don't know. But I can draft like Kevin Harvick, and you see in my other videos, I can draft the AI. I can push them up to the front with me too. But when you try to draft your teammate, it just doesn't. I don't know. I feel like the game just doesn't want you to. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I just feel like that. I don't know if I don't know if anybody's watching my channel, but I mean, if you guys feel the same way, post a comment or something. Let me know if you guys feel the same. Like if you guys are experiencing the same things with this game, because that's what I experience all the time, and I just don't know what it is with this game. So I'm not saying that this game is trash, because it's not. It's a very fun racer, and I enjoy putting it on my channel. That's why I put it on every day, so you guys can hopefully find my channel and watch it, watch my struggles. And I want to struggle with this game. I want it to be realistically, but I don't want the game to cheat to do it, or feel like I'm at a disadvantage with the AI, just for the AI to win. And that's what it is. Like I just feel like them DNFs, like the DNFs in this game, I think they're randomness. Like they're not scripted, but they're random. They're not scripted, but they're random for you. Like the game will snap you. Like it wouldn't even be your fault. The computer would take over your car and just hit a wall and you DNF. It's just stupid random bullshit like that you have to deal with in this game. I don't know. I feel like they take it out of your hands. They take it out of your hands and say, you have nothing to do with it. You're gonna DNF. And to me, is it really worth? Especially if you play like me, if you go a lot of laps and you complete a lot of laps, is it really that you're wasting your time with the DNF? Because you're going to be racing cleanly, and say you get in an accident and you don't DNF, and the game takes over, the AI takes over your car, to put you back on the caution line, and it bumps you into walls, or other AI cars will bump into you, and then you DNF. So all that stuff that you did earlier was all for naught. Just feel like it's a slap in the face. I don't like that. I mean, I've seen it happen to somebody, and it's just garbage. It's trash. And you gotta figure, do you really want to deal with DNF? you know, if it's gonna be that random, I mean, I can understand if you're involved in a big crash, like the big one or something, then yeah, if you take massive damage, then you should DNF. But if you hit the wall, and, you know, you should not be able to, you should not DNF. Like, it's not that big of an issue when you hit the wall. Like, when you're going that fast, and you're going into the wall like that, you shouldn't be able, like, if you're not really going that fast, and you really don't hit it with a high velocity of impact, then you really shouldn't be DNF. Your engine and radiator should not be messed up. It's just the coin. It's just the flip of the coin with this game with randomness. It's just all like, I don't know. It's just all what the game wants you, I guess, or what the game feels like you should have. Just like Madden, like a coin flip, like in Madden. You know, like just a 50-50 cent chance. Feels like sometimes I feel like on worn tires I'm faster, and on fresh tires I'm slower. And then other times, it feels like I'm on worn tires, I feel more slippier, like I want to spin out. Like on Phoenix, when I was in Phoenix, I wanted to feel like I was snappy as the tires wore out. But in this game, in this track, it feels like I'm getting faster with worn tires. So I don't know, guys. I mean, like I said, guys, if you experience the same things I do in this game, with the track or the AI, post a comment and let me know if you guys experience stuff like this. Because I don't know. I mean, look, I was involved in a couple crashes in this game, and I was a lap down earlier. We were trying to help my buddy Austin Dillon, and look, after all of that, I'm still in the lead. I'm in the lead after all of that. Now, in real life, would I do that? No, I'll probably be way in the back in real life. So, I mean, the type of stuff that this game does, I think, I don't know, it feels like, it's just, I don't know, I laugh at it sometimes because I just feel like it's just funny. Like, it's like, I don't know, I just feel like they're doing it for nothing. Who DNF? Kevin Harvick DNF. I didn't see who the bottom was, but I know Kevin Harvick DNF. Again, major implications on storyline. He's been doing good. He's been in the top 10. He's won a race in Atlanta. Will this hurt him in points? We'll find out. But back to what I was talking about, guys. I mean, just had to say that because it's my favorite driver, Kevin Harvick. I got a good restart. But anyways, yeah, I just feel like this game is just sometimes it's randomness with what it wants to do, and like see right now, I don't feel like snappy no more. Like as the run goes on, I don't feel like the game is trying to push me into pit road. You know what I'm talking about? Like before, I felt snappy. Like I wanted to go into pit road, and I don't know what it is with that. I don't know what it is. I gotta get out of this middle. But I don't know what it is with this area right here, with this turn right here. I just feel like the game has a snappy effect and wanting to pull you into pit road for some reason. Like it feels like it's a banana peel or an ice patch down there. So I don't know. But I'm getting freight trained right now after that restart. This is what I'm talking about with this game too, the restart. The AI would get fresh tires and you'll blow right by you. Like you wouldn't even have a chance to do anything about it. Like you know, which I don't really mind, but at least it's not every time. Like this game is kind of balanced in a way. What I mean by that is that you see in my other videos in Homestead, I was able to win a restart, and then I was able to lose restarts. So I think it has a good mixture of balance when it comes to restarts. I mean, you're not always going to win a restart. Even in real life, you're not always going to win a restart. But sometimes you're going to win a restart. It all depends on the algorithm of the race. And I think this game does a great job of doing that, of handling all the rhythm of the race. Especially on fresh tires. You know, I got the CPU's tires on normal with their tire wear, and I just feel like they're a lot more faster on corners than me. Because they're able to, you know, have that magical grip. You know, like they're able to have that grip. As you see, Eric Jones is kind of bumpy. I mean, he has no, like I said, just no class. There was no reason for him to bump me like that. I mean, you know, I'm gonna beat him off and bump the corner anyway. So what? Like again, what difference did it make for him bumping me? Absolutely no reason. Just made Eric Jones look like a dumbass. It's just stupid stuff that this game does. I don't know. It's just funny what the AI does. I laugh sometimes. Like it's just stupid. Like why are you bumping me for? I mean, it's like the AI does not want to lose to you, and they'll bump you to try to get your RPMs down. It's just, I don't know, it's garbage. It's like I said, it's funny though. It's just funny to me what this game does. I laugh sometimes at it, like, you know, it's like I never experienced anything like that. You know, I got a lot of sim racers too that like they'll do that, like on other sim racers. And other racers don't do that too, but not to that extent is what this game is trying to represent. They don't do it all the time. And this is what this game does. It does it all the time. Like Kurt Busch right here, you know, like he would pinch down on me if like if you're right beside somebody and I don't know, like right here, I guess, trying to grab his back panel here. And I don't mind that, you know, but when you're trying to actually take away a line and you do it to that extent, then that's when we have a problem. You figure this. I like what Almirola did. You see what Almirola did? He knew that I was coming up, and he kind of got down near the bottom. And he cleared me. He didn't bump into me or try to bump into me and cause an accident. And I like that. That's what you call class right there. What Eric Almirola did. That's what you call class. And it's good driving. You know, you really don't want to make contact with anybody. So even if you make contact with anybody, Eric Almirola didn't want to slow down. When you make contact with somebody, your RPMs go down. So you're not really you're not really helping yourself. I don't want to go up there because I don't know if he's there. I want to clear him. But yeah, I mean, I mean, I don't know, guys. I just feel like sometimes this game does have great racing, like with the AI. The AI will show class. They'll have excellent racing. But there's sometimes where they just do stupid stuff and random bullshit, excuse my language, and they'll try to bump into you and crash into you and just drive stupid. And it just really pisses you off when you see that. It just, I don't know how it is. It just irks me that the AI does that. It's just, there's no need for that. I mean, what are you trying to accomplish? You're hurting yourself by bumping into me. You're making yourself slow by doing that. It's just I just think it's poor sportsmanship and showmanship. You know, as you see all my gameplay, I'm not too aggressive with the AI. The AI has been bumping me all through this season that I have with Tyler Reddick. The AI has been constantly just bumping me and wants me to crash. It's unnecessary. Now, I know what their goal is. I mean, they don't want me to win the race, which everybody, you know, that's everybody's goal. You don't want your opponent to win the race that easily. But don't do it to that extent. That's all I'm saying. There's different ways to do it. Different ways not to do it. You anyway. That's why I don't plan on a custom setup in this game with the AI. I don't feel like it's fair. I try to keep everything fair with me and the AI. That's why I put their tire wear on normal, because I felt like I had an advantage over them. As the run goes on, they get slow, and I get fast. It's unbalanced. Even on 105 difficulty, you put their tires on more wear, it's still the same. After the long run, they'll get slow, and you'll be able to catch up to them, and you'll be able to pass them. And you'll be having a big lead that you'll overlap them. But when they get on fresh tires, it's a different story. They'll be able to keep up with you and pass you. Just like now, what we're doing now. But I put their tires on normal, and they're able to keep up with you. I'm not constantly, they're not getting, sometimes I felt like they were really slow in Miami. I don't know, for some reason. Like I said, certain tracks are different. I just felt like they were slower in Miami. I don't know for what. But their tire wear was on normal in Miami. So I guess it goes from track to track. I don't know. I just feel some tracks the AI is faster, and then on some tracks the AI is slower. I don't know what it is. So I don't know. I have the tire wear on normal because I felt like they were slow. So I bumped it up. Even on 104 difficulty, I bumped the setting up to normal tire wear. And they're faster, and they're they're able to lift the corner a little bit more faster than what I can. And when I had it on more effect, they really didn't do that. Like what Blaney just did right there. He had to slow down to get that corner there. So, it's just more of, this game has good balance when it wants to. And then it can just, like I said, it can cheat you if it really wants to. Like the AI will have magical grip and be able to hug a corner and go into a corner at 120, 200 miles an hour and hug that line so perfectly like a champion and bump you out of the way. Just, that's what it feels like. They're saying, get the fuck out of the way. You're in my way. That's what I feel like when that happens. It's bullshit. It's garbage. I'm here.
Alright, we're low.
And there goes the cat Pinchum, and like I said, I didn't even do nothing. There's another caution. Actually, we're gonna pit. Because, I want fresh tires anyway, so we're gonna pit here. Actually, we can see who DNF'd, actually. See, I didn't even do that to the AI. I went underneath him, and he tried to bump me. Again, he tried to make massive contact with me, and he spun his own self out. Joey Logano and Kevin Harvick and Jimmy Johnson all DNF. So I stayed neutral.
Have a good day. Stay sharp. Be ready
So
here.
okay, you guys remember when the caution came out, Joey Logano had smoke coming from his tire. So maybe that was a blown engine that Joey had, and that's why he's in pit road, and that's why he DNF. So maybe it was a tire, something was wrong with his tires, and he DNF. Now, I'm going to say it, guys, okay? Kevin Harvick's situation, we don't know what happened with Kevin. We don't know why Kevin DNF. Jimmy Johnson DNF. This is the second time, again, like Brad Keselowski, this is the second time Jimmy Johnson DNF. He DNF'd in, what's that? I forgot, guys. I think he DNF'd in Chicago. Not Chicago, but I think he DNF'd in fucking God, what is that? Auto Club. Yeah, he DNF'd in Auto Club. So this is the second time Jimmy Johnson has DNF'd. You gotta figure Joey Logano, Kevin Harvick, and Jimmy Johnson are all right there in the points. So these other drivers can sneak in. Like William Byron and Ryan Preece and even Ricky Stenhouse, Alex Bowman, Christopher Bell, Brad Kalowski, Clint Boyer, you know, even Belicki here. Belicki is still in the top 10. But, I mean, he can get himself a win and get right back on track after DNFing in Atlanta. Kyle Busch is another one that can get a win. He's very successful here. Who else needs a win? Who else needs a win here? I forgot. I think they said Joey Gates needs a win. But I'm talking about the main players, like even Matt Kenseth needs a win. Matt Kenseth can get right back in it and get a win here and steal a win. Kurt Busch has to have a win. He can get up in here and get a win. You know, so huge implications and points. You know, Kevin Harvick, he was doing good. He got top 10s all season long. He won a race. He's our Atlanta winner. He won a race. Kevin Harvick, and he's DNF. So huge implication in points. You know, letting some of these other drivers like Truex is looking for a win. Clint Boyer is looking for a win. Kyle Busch, Rowdy Busch, he's looking for a win. His brother Kurt looking for a win. William Byron, Chase Elliott, DNF in Miami, and at Homestead. He needs a win. Who else needs a win? Like I said, Matt Kenseth needs a win. Even McLeod's been doing good. He DNF in Phoenix. So a lot of these drivers looking for wins, and a lot of these drivers are, you know, had bad luck of not finishing the race. The only one that hasn't DNF this year is Kyle Busch. And Eric Jones. I don't think Eric Jones. Yeah, the Joe Gibbs Racers. I think Eric Jones did DNF. Eric Jones and Kyle Busch has a DNF. The only Joe Gibbs driver that DNF was Denny Hamlin and Martin Truex. And Martin Truex DNF yesterday at Homestead. So another Hendrick Motorsports has Chase Elliott DNF yesterday at Homestead. Now it's Jimmy DNF. So you know, Hendrick Motorsports is really not doing that good after that really good hot start during the year. You know, Chase Elliott's right there. He's kind of like, I don't know, he's kind of like sneaking up there. Like, he's not really, like, nobody's really worried about him. But he's got, you know, he's up there. He's in the playoff. He's in the playoff talk. Chase Elliott right now. And he's getting good finishes. I mean, he's getting good finishes. I mean, he's in the top, like, 15 and top 20s and even top 5 sometimes. I don't think he got a top 5 this year. No, he's just, like, been in the top 15. So he's constantly getting them points. Doesn't matter where you start, where you end up. 99 more laps to go here in Texas Motor Speedway, where we've seen a couple accidents today with Reddick. And like I said, Reddick really not too familiar with this track, actually. Really doesn't feel comfortable with the track, as he loves that high lane, but he can't ride the top because of, again, how the track is dimensioned. So again, he's keeping his goal though of consistently getting in top 5 and you know, he doesn't want to drop out of that top 10. And he's right now in 9th place in prime position, but the race is still early. So again, just going to take his time like he did. There's been a couple of times where he's got brake train too, alpha restarts. So we'll see if that has an effect. Going with a little bit more looser setup here as he tries to draft William Byron and give him a bump. What a great job by Tyler Reddick you know, using the cars around him to try to get up to the front. Yeah, guys, and even in this game, I don't like this track. This track is, I don't know, I just don't like it. I don't like how it's shaped. I don't like the turns on it. I just don't like it. It's very, I don't know. It's very weird on how it's. I don't know. I don't like these turns either. Like especially this turn right here. I don't like it. I don't know. I just don't like it. I just feel like there's an ice patch in a banana peel right there. And like I said, I am playing with my wheel. I'm playing with the Thrustmaster 300. I don't know, guys. I might play another. I might play another one. Like I think Bristol's up next race, so I might play Bristol. So I might have two races. Depending on how much I feel, what I feel like, because I gotta eat some kind of lunch. So maybe after I eat lunch, I'll get back on here and do another video. And it's because if I'm Amarola here, who had some decent starts actually, and very, I bet he's very happy with himself about finishing today in 3rd place. I don't know how much our damage is. We're good on engine. Yeah, 94 of aero, so we're doing pretty good on aero. Not much damage to the car. Again, Reddick this year has been keeping that car very, very clean on his very, very good clean driving that he's doing this year. Not trying to make too much contact with these guys, and that's all a recipe for success. As you see, Ryan Blaney right there, he's always up in that top 5. I'm really looking to get him going and get him a win. So what a great job by Blaney as Tyler gets right behind his buddy Ryan Blaney. Again, Ryan Blaney after that Phoenix win gave Tyler a hug and said, hey, great win, Tyler. I'm proud of you. After that huge win for getting 1st place and that huge payout that he got, Blaney went up there and celebrated with Tyler and said, great job, Tyler, I'm happy for you. So what a great job by Blaney showing some great craftsmanship and sportsmanship to Tyler Reddick. That's why Tyler is sometimes helps Blaney out because, that's his buddy. And as Chad Simpson gets tries to get underneath Blaney there, and Blaney had to check up as we give Blaney a bump there just to get past Chad Simpson. And Tyler Reddick there helping out his buddy there. So what a great job by Tyler helping out Blaney there and not giving up on Blaney here as Tyler Reddick, as 3 main drivers actually made DNF today as 3 major points leaders actually too. They're in the points. So what a great job by what an awful day. I said a great job. I'm sorry. What an awful day that Jimmy Johnson and Harvick and Joey Logano had. What a tough break for those guys. Again, they're in the points lead. They're in the points, and they're not going to get any points today. By the way, they are finishing, so they're not really happy about their outcome. But again, some of these other drivers can step up the game, like Almirola, Chris Boyer, even Cole Custer come up there for Stuart Haas. Great opportunity for Team Penske to come up too, with like Ryan Blaney looking for that 1st win. Brad Keselowski has DNF twice this year, so he's looking for a win. Even Austin Dillon can wake up and be competitive as we get another yellow flag as we are going to pit. I'm actually going to fix the damage actually because it's not too bad. and I don't think it'll take too much time. So we'll take 4 tires, and we'll take 1 can of fuel because it's full. Hopefully we don't drop down too many spots with fixing the damage. I'm surprised I'm even up to, you know, the top 5 in this race. You know, especially in Texas. I mean, I really don't like this track. As we drop down 10 spots. So not a great job by that pitting crew. And that pitting crew has been consistent all year long for Reddick. And Reddick's going to have to really make ground. But again, you know, he wanted to fix that damage on that car. He didn't really want to get it too bad, so he didn't get into another accident. So what a great job by Reddick, though. You know, of telling the pit crew, hey, if I get in another accident, you know, my car might, I might not finish the race because of the damage previously to my car. So we're just trying to be cautious. We're just trying to be cautious and really looking forward to you know, not DNFing and having a strong finish here as he tries to ride the top on the champion and gets past the Rocket Man as they're almost 3 wide here. As he got close to the Hamlin, and almost a big one. As great job by these drivers by not actually forcing each other up there. So what a great job by all these drivers and not having the big one. We have that. Only seen the big one this year. I think it was at Daytona. Well, we've seen the big one this year as Reddick is just going to go underneath his RCR teammate Austin Dillon. Very risky. Should have never done that. Guys, I do that. I can't do it with my controller, but I do it with my wheel because it's more easier to angle the car with I don't know. I just feel like when you do type of stuff like that, it's better with the wheel. As we ride the bottom third, actually, if you push down to the third, and you see Christopher Bell, he's not happy, as he tries to block the bottom from Reddick going down there, but Reddick got a little bit too fast about going down there. As you see Denny Hamlin up here, he's trying to make too much contact with Denny there. I think it was more of a position battle as we get past all the Joe Gibbs racers and go into the top 10 as we get past our good friend here, Blaney, as Kyle Busch tries to draft Reddick, does a little cross-up after Reddick, and actually burns Reddick off the bottom. So what a great job by Busch. Very, very great move by Kyle Busch as he got underneath Reddick and flew right by Reddick from the bottom. Reddick never saw that and didn't even know what was happening actually, as Reddick trying to catch up Kyle and actually trying to pass Kyle. I think that's Alex Bowman and the Rocket Man, Ryan Newman, out there. So some of these cars are in lap, are not in the position like they were in, and out of position actually. So I don't think Ryan Newman's in the pack. Josh Kalicki fell out of the top 10. And, yeah, that is Ryan Newman. Okay, so Ryan Newman's up here. I thought Ryan Newman was like in 15th place or something. I could have sworn he was. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure if Ryan Newman, I don't know. As we got a big cluster of top 10 cars up here, actually, as Josh Kalicki is trying to catch up to Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin way back there, not really way back there from Reddick, but Reddick got past Denny and really trying to get up here to the rest of the pack. So Josh Kalicki, we talked about Josh Kalicki, him being so aggressive and being an aggressive driver, and that's what got him in the top 10. He was so aggressive after Daytona, and he really showed it in Vegas and Auto Club and Phoenix and all that. After he DNF'd in Atlanta, he really was complex, you know, and not showing so much aggressiveness, and took, you know, not being so aggressive, and I think that hurt him. He's a different driver than what we're accustomed to seeing from Josh Kalicki, as Joshua is, you know, not so aggressive. And Reddick got loose there. He had to slow down immensely. That gave Hamlin a chance to catch up and actually take Reddick. number 10 spot. So again, Blaney if Blaney fell out of the top 10, you figure Blaney be kind of up there in 7th or 6th spot. And he dropped back, so can he get going? As Cole Custer is trying to actually get to the top 5 actually, he's in the top 10. And he's trying to get a win for the first year. So what a great job by Cole Custer of getting position off the restart and even off the caution. And finding trying to find a way to stay in the top 10 and actually steal a win here in Texas. Like I said, Texas is anybody can win here, just like Atlanta, or anybody can win. So anybody can win here in Texas. So Texas is a very sneaky track that some of these drivers that are struggling can actually get themselves in the playoffs and actually win. So what a great job by some of these drivers are trying to stay in the top 5 or even top 10. So when that time comes, they can actually sneak out a win. As Reddick is hugging that bottom line, you can hear the tires just squealing from Reddick's tires, Reddick's car, as he's trying to hug that bottom line. Maybe he got too much of a setup. Maybe he needs to go in that pit crew and have that pit crew loosen up that wedge a little bit as he tries to get up to Denny. As Denny didn't really get up there by speed actually and burn Reddick. How we got up there was by Reddick kind of like got loose and had to step on the brakes. And that's when Denny took advantage of that and had that good horsepower to catch up to Reddick after that happened and get past Reddick. As he gets past, I think that's Cole Custer and Chase Elliott. So what a great job by Denny. Maybe Denny can snap out of his funk. Denny's been, after that Auto Club win, he's kind of relaxed. He's been kind of relaxed and really not worried, but you can see he's on urgent mode as he tries to get that good horsepower from that Toyota Camry and try to get him another win. As Chase Elliott tried to get kind of a speed burst down there on the bottom lane, but Reddick's not having it, trying to block that. Goes upstairs, tries to go upstairs. You got to get Denny strapped. All he's doing is trying to get Denny strapped past Denny and trying to get up to Matt Kenseth's up there. That Matt Kenseth is in the top 10. So, I mean, top 5. I mean, top 10. So, what a great job by Matt Kenseth after DNFing in Phoenix. He really figured out that car and really that top 10 as Josh Reddick is right beside Denny. It shows that good Chevy horsepower just to get past Denny. As he's up to Matt Kenseth now. So again, you got to figure that Tyler is catching up to the pack as Denny tries to go down low. Reddick knew that and tried to dive bomb towards the bottom. So Denny playing a little bit of mind games with Tyler of changing positions. He's been down low, but Denny loves that high lane just like Tyler does. As he tried to set up Tyler to go high, and then Denny tried to have that good horsepower just to try to go down in the bottom and actually blow past Reddick. Reddick was very smart and did not let that happen as he tried to go side to side here with Matt Kenseth, takes Matt Kenseth's spot as that number 6 spot as he tries to get so tight, and he got really loose down there in that corner. I told you that corner's like an ice patch down there as he gets the position right back. So what a great job by Denny and Kenseth as they go. Kenseth go high and Denny goes low, and they're fighting for that 6th position as Denny wins that position easily and cuts in front of Matt Kenseth as we get past Reddick gets past tries to get past Kenseth, but Kenseth is trying to use Reddick's panel draft just to get past Reddick. I mean, just get past Reddick, but doesn't have enough speed up top to actually do that. That's what you see down here in Texas. People try to use that top lane. Maybe in the old Texas Motor Speedway it was like that, but not the new one. It is this track was rebuilt, and now it's the bottom. So the bottom, when you get on the bottom, it's more of an advantage over the driver as he gets really super loose. It's always that corner right there that he gets kind of snappy, that his car, maybe he's losing grip on them tires. And he needs to go in that pit crew and change them tires as he tries to catch up to Ryan Newman. Ryan Newman actually had some good days here and was actually having a pretty stellar season other than his racing teammate, Chris Buescher. Chris Buescher's really getting in the top 20s. not really reaching that top 15 or that top 10. As we finally get a little air from and breathing room from Denny. And Denny just kind of drifts back towards the back and let Reddick do his thing. As Reddick's right in that middle lane and jumps down in the bottom. Doesn't really want to ride up high in Texas. Kind of feels real tight with the wall down there and riding that top as he does. He rides that top just like a champion, and he is going to actually get loose right there. Maybe he needs to tighten up that wedge. And that's exactly what he's going to do. Next pit stop, he's going to tell his crew chief, hey, can you tighten up the car a little bit because the car feels snappy. As he tries to go up top here, these guys are crap. We don't know if this is lap traffic or not. I think, yeah, this is lap traffic. I think that's Chastain and Gates. No, that's Fincham and Gates as they go side to side with each other and try to get each other's draft. As Reddick tries to get past Fincham there and Chastain just leaves the bottom door open. So we're still classed by Chastain of letting Reddick go. So maybe, Reddick can't blame the stability of the car. He has great stability off the year. So maybe it's that back bumper that's giving him problems. Car's been bumping him back there, and a little bit of damage on that back bumper. So if you can get that back bumper looked at and see why maybe that is we can fix that damage back there. Maybe that's the problem that Reddick's having when he's able to turn. That back panel and that wind is having an effect on that damage, and that's probably why he feels so snappy. And as he hits the wall there, because he doesn't want to go down low, and he feels so loose when he goes down there that he's forced to actually be up top and fight the wall. As he hugs the bottom down here, everybody's so spread out, and that's what's difficult here in Texas is fighting that lap traffic and trying to catch up to the leader as Martin Truex Jr. is looking to steal a win here in Texas, as he absolutely needs a win after DNFing in Homestead. So what a great job by Martin Truex Jr. of DNFing, not getting any kind of points yesterday, and actually having himself a good day and a good trying to get a win here in Texas. As he's coming up on lap traffic here as Justin Haley. You see David Reagan here. David Reagan is another guy who's looking for a win as he represents Wilkesboro Racing. Now guys, I do not know if that's true or not. If David Reagan really races for Wilkesboro Racing, as he spins out, and there goes another caution as Reddick. Probably wasn't Reddick's fault that he did that. It was more Reagan's fault, as we're gonna pit here and fix that damage there, and we are actually gonna tighten up the car. So we're gonna tighten up, put a little bit more, a little wedge on it, and put like 40 tape, just for stability of the car. Like I said, guys, I don't know how I don't know how David Reagan spun out. I didn't do anything to him. I just went right past him. I think I barely made contact with him as we lose one spot, and he spun out. So I don't know. It's just, like I said, it's just randomness, I think, with the game. As the green flag is back in the air here in Texas Motorsports, as we're nearly done with this race, as Reddick's been in first place for a little bit, but has to leave David Lee right back. So, what a great job by this team, actually, as Reddick still feels loose after putting a little wedge on it. Maybe he should have put around the wedge, as he kind of tightened the car a little bit, but really did not want to tighten up that car. Just, too much, actually, as it's really benefiting from him because he doesn't feel the snappiness of the car. He doesn't feel like the car wants to drift. Matt Kenseth is giving him a fight as Matt Kenseth is trying to burn him off the right oval here as Reddick is not buying it and drafts Matt Kenseth thanks to the Rocket Man. Ryan Newman gave Reddick a push and to get past Matt Kenseth because Matt Kenseth was on right beside Reddick. As we try to catch up to Denny Hamlin here as Matt Kenseth shows a little class and tries to draft Reddick. So what a great job by drafting these guys of drafting, but they don't want to make too drastic as Ryan Newman actually backed away from Reddick as the corner was coming up and he didn't want to draft. I want to say Matt Kenseth, I'm sorry, as he didn't want to draft Reddick near the corner. So what a great job by Ryan Newman of knowing the track and knowing the position. As Hamlin's got a fast car. I'm not gonna lie, guys. Denny Hamlin right now, he's got a fast car. I just can't seem to catch up to Denny. I'm there, and I do pass him at times, but I don't know. It just feels like he has a fast car. As we're coming up near the turn, now you got to figure these turns in Texas are very, very, very tight. As Reddick just let Newman go because Newman is fast and he's not going to slow Newman down, so he's just going to let Newman go and try to actually beat Newman in a more professional way. As Eric Almirola comes up, tries to get someone kind of Reddick's draft so he can get past Reddick here. And this is what Eric Almirola is trying to do. He's trying to get Reddick's draft so he can kind of get behind Reddick and trying to get up to speed to get past Tyler. What a great job by that. Tyler's going to show class and give Eric Almirola and Kurt Busch, give all these guys some positions here as he is slow. As Matt Kenseth tries to get underneath Reddick and does successfully. As he gets past Newman, I'm sorry, as he gets past Reddick and goes up to the top and he bumps Cole Custer up to the top because he was slowing us down. So we want to get Cole Custer up there. Whatever car is near us, we're going to bump him. And we try to hug the bottom line at actions. Everything's all spread out down. Chase Elliott is trying to bounce back from a horrible DNF. I keep on saying Phoenix, I'm sorry. As a horrible DNF in Miami. So we don't know what actually happened to Chase actually at that. We'll get some kind of input on that. And actually we do have a report of what happened to Chase Elliott. His crew chief said that during the early stages of the race that Clint Boyer actually bumped into him by accident and actually sidewined Chase Elliott, and Chase Elliott got loose and flew off the wall and it really damaged his engine. So that was the report from why the DNF yesterday. As we try to get a report from why Jimmy Johnson and Kevin Harvick and Joey Logano actually DNF, so we'll get that report as soon as possible. As Reddick tries to get in front of Eric Jones. Eric Jones doing a little bit of dirty moves today to Tyler. Actually gave Tyler a bump and went into that wall. But after then, Tyler just shrugged it off and really didn't pay much attention to Eric Jones. But Eric Jones is having a really sleeper season. Really not winning races, but he's finishing strong. That's all you want to see. As Reddick tries to catch up to Kurt Busch actually, and Eric Almirola as they are side by side here in Texas. As I think Kurt Busch is going to win that match, and he does. He beats Almirola off coming into the turn here. And I think Kurt Busch got loose there, and a little bit of that. And Eric Almirola, the reason why I think Eric Almirola is not doing that well is he doesn't seem to have a fast car. And another reason why is he's not being helped by his Stuart Haas teammate actually. So that's probably why Eric Almirola is not having a really good year, actually. He's showing signs of being a bad car. But then when that happens, he kind of like lays back and doesn't force as we give Kurt Busch another bump draft. As we've seen this with him and Reddick. Him and Reddick are kind of helping each other out. And again, you know, Tyler Reddick has a lot of respect for Kurt Busch. They showed a lot of class in that big, as Kurt Busch came in second place in Atlanta. So what a great, and it was all to Kurt Busch. I mean, it was all to Tyler Reddick helping out Busch as they were trying to fight with Nemechek for position, and actually won that. I think they won that. I don't know. I can't remember if they benefited from that. But Kurt Busch benefited from that. Actually, Kurt Busch came in second place as Kevin Harvick was getting bump drafts while Busch was in the pits. Kevin Harvick was actually getting bump drafts from Reddick, and that's probably why he had good position off the restart and was able to win the race because of Reddick. Now Reddick was in the top 5 all day long. The only thing about that was Reddick was what do you call that? Reddick was getting horrible restarts, and he was actually not fast in Atlanta, just like he's not fast now. His car just doesn't seem fast, so he's gonna have to go back to his old reliable buddy here, Kurt Busch here, and try to get him up. So I think Kurt Busch is a lap down. I'm not sure if Kurt's a lap down or not. But yeah, Kyle Busch is in first place, so what a great job for Kyle to sneak out a win here in Texas. We knew that Kyle Busch was successful here in Texas over his career, and especially in the Xfinity Series where he's won here 9 times. So what a great job by Kyle Busch of being so comfortable here in Texas, and he's going to try to sneak out a win here, as Reddick is working with his brother, Kurt Busch, and giving him bump drafts and trying to get him up there. Now this could work if, you know, this could work if, you know, the field is spread out of giving each other bump drafts. This could work. Now it's kind of hard to do when everybody is near each other, because you can't really draft and give them bump drafts when everybody's near each other. There's a lot of checking up, and it's just, you know, all congested, and an accident can happen. What a great job by Reddick of knowing that situation, knowing that him and Busch are here, and trying to catch up to, I don't know, I don't know who that is right now. I think that's Benny Gone. I'm not sure. Well, no, Christopher Bell, I think. I'm not sure who that is. Let me see. I think that's Josh Bilicki. Yeah, it's Josh Bilicki. As he tried to get Kurt Busch up there to Josh Bilicki, so he can pass Bilicki. So what a great job by Reddick of helping out Busch, but actually trying to help out himself of getting Kurt Busch up there, so he can be able to, you know, get past Bilicki. And once he gets past Bilicki, he can, you know, work about getting a good lead on Bilicki. So what a great job by Reddick of helping out a veteran too. You know, Kurt Busch is really loving Tyler Reddick right now, and Kurt Busch doesn't really show much emotion. He's like Harvick; he really doesn't show much emotion off the track. So, but he shows a lot of emotion on the track. Kurt Busch is a very vocal person, and if he doesn't like what you're doing, or he doesn't like you, he'll let you know about it. Reddick came from a bump draft again. Reddick needs to really be careful about bump drafting, especially around this area, because this is where things get tight, and he almost spun out Kurt Busch. So we got to really be careful about that corner right there, about trying to help out Busch here, trying to get Busch back a lap, and really trying to help out Kurt Busch. really got to be careful about that. Everybody got to be careful because that could have been another caution as we give him another buck draft. But again, so tight in that area that buck draft didn't really do anything because I think Kurt had to slam on the brakes. We give him another draft, try to get past Joey Gates, and he does his job successfully. So thanks to Reddick, Kurt Busch was able to get past lap traffic. As these guys, I'm so impressed with these guys this year, are really working together. They're not on the same team. You know, Reddick is from Reddick in RCR, and Kurt Busch is in Chip Ganassi Racing. But I am really impressed about how these two are working well together. Seem like they know each other very well. You actually feel confident with working with Kurt, as Reddick is showing here. As he gives him another draft, try to get past Harrison Burton, and he does. So what a great job of getting Kurt Busch up there, and you know, getting up to the field. And this is what Austin Dillon was kind of getting jealous about Reddick, saying that he's really abandoning Reddick. I mean, his buddy Austin Dillon, and kind of helping out the enemy here as he's getting the other racing teams up there and getting good spots, good position. And that's what Austin Dillon didn't like. Austin Dillon said that's kind of not you know, it's kind of wrong by Reddick by helping out somebody. But as you see, Dillon just doesn't want to go anywhere. You've seen signs that he was working well with Dillon, but Dillon just didn't want to go anywhere. Dillon just kept hanging in the back, and actually by doing that, he actually Reddick was a lap down, but got his lap back after some good caution and timely pitting. So he got his lap back and actually in the top 10. So you know, Reddick's not going to hang around if you don't want to be pushed. He's not going to help you. And that's what he should tell Austin Dillon. Hey, I'm trying to help you out if you don't want to be helped, and I'm not going to sacrifice my points or my goal just to help you out. So that's what he needs to tell Dillon, as Dillon was kind of frustrated with Tyler. And Tyler said, you know, hey, you know, you're working with Kurt Busch, and you're working with Kevin Harvick, and so, you know, you're working with Ryan Blaney. Why can't you work with me? I'm your teammate. And that's right, but if you're not trying to go anywhere, he's not going to help you. As you look at Tyler Reddick's car care here, as he's good on, his tires are a little bit worn out, but you see that right, that front end is really taking damage, and that's that buck drafting that Tyler's doing to Busch here. So again, you know, trying to get Busch up there and pass this lap traffic up here. That's what he's doing. That's what Tyler's doing. Trying to get Busch up there and set up Kurt Busch. So if the caution does come out, Kurt can get the lap back and be on the lead lap and actually be up there with Reddick, so they can work together and maybe they'll get a top 5. So or maybe win the race. So what a great job by Reddick for understanding that and trying to help out the veteran in Kurt Busch. And he did try to get him another buck draft and another one. Oh guys, I love the drafting in this game. I absolutely love the drafting, especially when you help out the CPU, like what I'm doing right now with Kurt Busch. I mean, he's going up there. He's not just, you know, especially, you know, because who knows if he would have been lapped up with Chad Fincham and Joey Gates. Who knows if they would have slowed him down. And you know, with me drafting Busch, I'm giving him an opportunity to get his lap back, you know. You know, I'm not trying to be so aggressive with him and kind of pass him. And by drafting him, I might he might get the lap back from a caution or you know, something like that, and actually be up there with Reddick or with me, not controlling Tyler, and we can work together in the front and actually be in the top 5 or actually win the race. So that's what I'm doing right now with Kurt Busch. I'm working well with him, and he's accepting these drafts. So, you know, he's not backing away or he's not pressing on the brakes. He's accepting that I'm pushing him up to the front. And that's what drafting and racing is all about, guys. You know, this is how I like to race. You know, I don't like to, you know, pass everybody all the time, or, you know, because, you know, there's going to be times where, you know, you want that drafting buddy, and, you know, I love what this game does, too, because this game, when you help out the AI in this game, the AI, you know, this game remembers that, and they'll help you out. Like you said, you know, if you work with the AI, they'll work with you, you know. If you don't work with the AI in this game, and you're constantly bumping them, and I mean, not bumping them, but if you're constantly, like, trying to make contact with them and spin them out all the time, yeah, they're not going to work with you. But if you work with them, they'll work with you. And that's what I love about this game. This game has great drafting gameplay. Like, it's one of the best I've seen in a racer in a really long time. They did 704 really did a good job with the drafting in this game. I absolutely love to draft the AI, and I like when the AI drafts me. It's just pure gameplay, pure racing. Like, it's fundamental racing. That's what racing is all about, guys. It's not all about, you know, about yourself and being greedy. It's all about helping the other guys, the other drivers around you, and using them, you know, and getting them good spots while you get a good spot. That's what racing's all about. It's not all about you. As Kurt Busch tried getting past Nemechek, actually, and actually Tyler Reddick and Kurt Busch were working against Nemechek in Atlanta. So again, same situation as Kurt Busch gets past Nemechek. As Nemechek really didn't like that in Atlanta when Tyler Reddick was working with Kurt Busch. As we got 20 more laps to go into the race here. As you know, Tyler gave Kurt Busch bumps or whatever, and it seems like this is Christopher Bell. Hopefully, Kurt Busch is looking for a caution here. If he can get the caution, that would set up him to be on the lead lap, and maybe even steal a win, or even give Reddick another win. So that's what Reddick wants. Reddick wants that good, reliable buddy to be up on lead lap. So if the caution does come out, he's able to, you know, to get up there as he gets Kurt a buck draft, just to try to get past Benedetto. He does successfully. Benedetto is really not having it. He did decent in the beginning of the year, and then after Homestead, he really didn't do that well. I mean, he's below the top 20, and he's below his standards right now. He was doing so good. He was doing really, really good. As Kurt Busch is leading, like I said in Texas, Kurt Busch is looking to get that top, looking to get going here. As you can see, Tyler wanted to spin out there. As you see, his tires are getting so worn out, and really looking forward to going into the pits. Actually, Texas, not really known for getting worn on your tires, but really, really, you know, worn out on your tire. As the run goes on, your tires will start to wear, and that's why Reddick is hitting the wall here, and actually he's trying to stay high. He doesn't want to get sucked into that corner right there. That corner has been a nightmare for all these drivers, as looks like Kyle Busch is going to win his first race of the year, if this could stay green. So again, got that big run and trying to actually draft Busch, but you see Daniel Suarez got right in front of Kurt Busch, and Kurt Busch didn't like that, as Tyler had a big huge run. He's going to give him a big push actually, and Daniel Suarez knows that. Daniel Suarez knows that Tyler Reddick is working with Kurt Busch, and he's trying to block Kurt Busch, drift him up, and that's what Kurt Busch loved and wanted as he gets past Daniel Suarez. As he's telling Reddick, come on, let's go. As Reddick is getting right near Busch, we're gonna give him another big bump. As Busch is loving this. Busch, I've been so impressed with a veteran like Kurt Busch and a rookie like Tyler Reddick of working well together. As Busch gets loose and saves it. Oh my God. I don't think that was Reddick's fault. I really don't think that was Reddick's fault. I think that was more, I don't know if it was or not, because I gave Kurt Busch a, oh God. As I was saying that if they worked well together too. Oh God. Kurt Busch is still a lap down, so Reddick was trying to help Kurt. As Kurt, yeah, that was bad, guys. That was really bad. Oh my God. We're just gonna get right tire. We're gonna get right sides, and we are gonna take no fuel, and we're gonna refix the damage. Let's go. As we got 14 laps to go, and we went down a spot as Kurt Busch is still on a lap down. So here we go, 12 laps to go here at Texas, as we just took right sides. So, you know, what a great job on this pit crew of actually setting up Tyler to be in good position, as Tyler was trying to help out Kurt Busch, and Kurt Busch absolutely loved it, but got loose down there as Reddick gave him a buck trap, and actually got loose down there as he's trying to get past Balicki here, and I don't think that was on purpose. I think Busch got loose. Again, a lot of drivers have been really loose off of these corners here in Texas. So what a great job! What a great job by Kurt Busch of saving the car, but actually he made contact with somebody, and actually they try to go 3 wide, and Truex and Busch is right there as we grab Truex up to the lead. So what a great job by Tyler of pushing Truex and trying to get him up there, as Busch tries to go near Reddick, and Ryan gets him a buck trap. So what a great job by Ryan of giving Reddick a buck trap. So what a great job by Ryan oh, I can't talk right now, guys. Ryan Newman of giving Tyler Reddick a buck draft. I'm sorry, I can't talk, guys. As Truex shows that good horsepower as he tries to hug the bottom down there, and Reddick is just going to give Truex a buck draft there and say, hey, get going. As again, Kurt Busch got screwed over again by a caution. Kurt Busch was well out in front of the lead, and once that caution occurred, and again, that was on his brother. So his brother cost him. Did his brother cost him a win? We don't know, because it's not like Reddick actually gave him a bump on purpose. Reddick was just trying to get Kurt Busch on the lead lap, and when and Kyle had a very big lead, and when he tried to do that, Reddick gave Busch a bump draft, actually spun out Busch because Busch got loose. Now we don't know if Busch was on ball tires or not. We do not know that. We'll try to get a report on that. But as you see that Busch got loose and caused a caution, as we got 5 more laps to go here in Texas, as Truex is trying to get his first win of the year, and Tyler is trying to get his second fourth race of the year and his second consecutive win. Again, we had a strong car we had a fast car. But again, we were trying to help out Austin Dillon in the beginning and got a lap down. We were in prime position to actually pass Truex, but we are trying to set up Truex. I'm not trying to be too aggressive with Truex here. We got four laps to go here. Tyler, I was going to say Josh Reddick. Tyler Reddick knows that he doesn't need to take the lead right now from Truex. Actually, he's trying to worried about these corners here, and because he took right side, so that left side is really trying to be snappy again, trying to force him near that wall right there in pit road, and that's costing Reddick valuable time as Kurt Busch got. I think Kurt Busch is getting frustrated with the caution. He's been in the lead and he's had good runs, and during the year, as he's winning, as he's, in front of these races, he's actually getting frustrated because of the cautions. He's built a sizable lead, so it's waning. Once they get in the lead, a caution always comes out and always hurts their chances. And we got 2 laps to go here in Texas for the Speedway, but that's what Busch is experiencing. Busch is experiencing the letdown of the caution. As we try to get an interview with him, as Tyler Reddick gets that good horsepower from that and rides that top like a champion, as Truex is downstairs and Tyler Reddick is upstairs. So what a great job by Truex of really getting the lead on Tyler. Tyler had an opportunity to pass Truex, but really has to slow down on these corners, and he took right side. So that left side is snappy, and he doesn't want to push the car. So what a great job by Truex of knowing that situation, and it seems like Truex is going to get his first win of the year, and Kyle Busch is in third. So what a great job by Truex, finally getting back on track, and finally winning one and winning a race, as Truex comes in first place, and we get in second place. So what a great job by Martin Truex Jr. of winning his first race of the year. Now guys, I could have won the race and get past Truex, but I took right sides. And when I took right sides, the car felt like it wanted to spin out again. So I really had to let off on the gas because I didn't want a crash to happen. And even if the crash would have happened, I think the race would have been over. So, I would have came in second anyways. So, I kind of helped out Truex too, I mean, I gave him a buff draft, and I was really trying to set up Truex, but he kind of got, way ahead of me. And I was up top, he was down low, and I really couldn't do anything. But what a great job by Truex for winning his first race of the year. As Tyler Reddick, again, gets another stellar top 5, and he came in second place. And again, Kurt Busch got bit by the caution bug. Every time he's been in the lead this year, he's been bit by the caution. A caution always occurs, and he loses off the caution and off these restarts. So what a great job by Martin Truex Jr. of winning his first race of the year. As we put an end to Texas, and we look at the results, as Martin Truex Jr. wins his first race of the year. So good for him. After DNFing at Homestead, he finally got his first win of the year, and put him in the playoffs. So 2 of Joe Gibbs' racers actually got a playoff win. It was Denny Hamlin at Auto Club, and now it's Truex. And you see us, Reddick, we're down right below him, right in that top 5. Where we've been all year. I don't think we got out of the top 5 in a long time. I mean, during the whole season, guys. I don't know. So, but as Alex Bowman finally is in the top 5, so good for him. He's kind of like that playoff bubble in there. As Ryan Newman actually in the top 5, as Kyle Busch still in the top 5, but still does not have a win this year of the caution. So we'll get a quick interview with Kyle Busch, and try to see tomorrow. We'll get that interview and see why is he, he's leaving races, but again, that caution always comes out and it messes him up, and he loses off of restarts off of that caution. But I'm pretty sure his racing teammate, Martin Truex Jr., that he's happy that affiliated driver won the race. As Brad Keselowski finally, woke up after having a really, really good start, so he's set up good points. As Josh Bilicki still in the top 10, but still does not have a win. As Denny Hamlin came in 8th, and William Byron actually had a good outing after getting a top 10 in Phoenix. Actually got a top 10 here in Texas. So what a great job by William Byron of having 2 consecutive top 10s. As Cole Custer actually woke up and got himself a top 10. So what a great job by Cole Custer. As we go, and that rounds up the top 10. As we go look towards the top 15, Eric Almirola got 11th, and Eric Jones still in the top 15. He's always there. Either if it's not a top 20, it's a top 15. So what a great job by Eric Jones. And Kurt Busch actually got himself a top 15, as him and Reddick were trying to work together, but really couldn't get the magic going like they had. I guess they waited too long in the race. Chase Elliott got himself a top 15, and Ryan Blaney, there he is. Ryan Blaney finally fell out of the top 10 today, but still decent. He got himself a top 5, but fell out of the top 10. So again, Ryan Blaney having bad luck this year, and so was Kyle Busch actually. As Mike McDowell got himself in the 16th place, and BJ McLeod. There's another driver that's been in the top 10 lately, and he dropped back down to 17th and finished 17th. And Clint Boyer is actually having a horrible year after having a decent start in Phoenix. He had a decent start in Phoenix, and he got himself in 3rd place in Phoenix, but really dropped back down and really didn't finish that well. As he DNF'd at Homestead. So what a bad job by Clint Boyer. And Christopher Bell is in 9th seat, and Chris Buescher again. Chris Buescher, after that rivalry that him and Reddick had in Homestead, Daytona, he got himself in the top 20. So what a great job by Roush Racers of trying to bounce back. And I think Chris Buescher has put that stuff behind him, and so has Reddick. So great craftsmanship by both of these drivers. And there you go. Again, Ricky Stenhouse looking for the first win. Austin Dillon just doesn't want to move anywhere. As Matthew Benedetto, he's another driver that's really looking to bounce back after that bad start at Homestead, and the bad luck continues, as Ryan Preece didn't do well either. And there you go. Matt Kenseth, after having was in the top 10 earlier on in the race, but kind of dropped back down, and Jimmy Johnson and Kevin Harvick and Joey Logano are DNF. So tomorrow we would definitely find out why Jimmy and why Kevin and why Joey DNF here in Texas. We kind of figured we know why Joey got DNF. Joey got DNF, maybe something was smoking from his car. We don't know if it was his tires that were smoking, or if he had engine problems, or even his oil. His oil might have been, overheating or whatever. But something wrong with Jimmy. Maybe it was his radiator. There's something wrong with Joey Logano's car. We've seen that, as actually Reddick was up there, and we've seen that. But this hurts Kevin Harvick and Jimmy Johnson and Joey Logano, because they were both up there in points. Again, Harvick was in the top 10 all season long. So we'll check the standings after we get out of here, as we go to the other post-game show, as we look at the point standing, as again, which consists we are starting first with 3 wins and 271 points, and Ryan Blaney still in 2nd place, and Kyle Busch, there he is, but without a win, and Kevin Harvick, again, without a win, with a win, still in 4th place, and Joey Logano in 5th, and Josh Bilicki in 6th, Denny Hamlin's in 7th, Ryan Newman is in 8th, and Kurt Busch still right there, but needs to do better. and hopefully get a win. Hopefully Kurt Busch can get a win. And get into the playoffs, and his brother Kyle too. Roddy Busch needs a win. We thought we were going to do it here in Texas. He had a great opportunity to win in Texas, but again, the caution bug hurt Kyle Busch's chances. As Martin Truex is in 10th, as he won his first race of the year and got playoff points, and so he's in the playoffs, and he locked himself in the playoffs. So what a great job by Martin Truex Jr. And there you go, guys. Those are the results from Texas. And as we close the book on Texas and head to Bristol, next race, I think it's Bristol, I'm not sure. As Martin Truex ran the fastest lap, so what a great job by Martin Truex Jr. And Martin Truex Jr. led the most laps. And on the move, Kyle Busch started from 38th. Remember, he had that inspection problem and finished 5th. And tough break for Kevin Harvick as he was the pole winner again and finished DNF. So there you go. There's your results, guys. We'll try to, as we close the book on Texas, as we try to get an update on why Kevin Harvick and Jimmy Johnson and Joey Logano, we kind of figured what Joey did because we were right there, and we kind of figured how Joey Logano DNF'd in Texas. So Joey Logano really having a tough year this year. Yeah, as it is Bristol. So the next race is in Bristol. Very short track. It's our very longest lap we ran so far. So Texas, even though it was a 335, I think, 333 or something, it felt short. So these races are flying by for me. I don't know what it is, guys. But the laps, I don't know. The races don't seem to be long. But great job for Martin Truex Jr. of locking himself in the playoffs. We were talking about that in yesterday, as we thought it might be a road course that Martin Truex Jr. would win because he's a very good road course driver, but he actually won in Texas. So what a great job by Martin Truex Jr. of getting that first win and securing himself a playoff spot. So there you go, guys. That's it. As we look at the season standings, the playoff standings first, as we are in the lead. We got a very comfortable lead too. And there goes Kevin Harvick after DNFing. He's still in second, and Denny Hamlin moved up because of Jimmy Johnson's DNF and not having a really stellar year. So, and Martin Truex, he came in fourth place, and actually he surpassed Jimmy Johnson because Jimmy was like near third in the fourth place. So Jimmy went down to one after DNFing. Ryan Blaney's still in the playoffs, but needs that key win. So does Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch really desperately needs a win. He definitely needs a win, and to get him going in the playoffs. And Joey Logano needs a win too. So does and Josh Bilicki having that good Chevrolet car and showing speed, but really not finishing that well, and really needs a win. He's showing speed, but he doesn't have that. He doesn't finish well. As Ryan Newman, it did well and secured himself in that bubble, and so does Kurt Busch. Kurt Busch is 11th, and B.J. McLeod, after falling out of the top 10 today, is actually still in the playoff talk, and so is Alex Bowman. After Alex Bowman finished third. So what a great job by Alex Bowman. And even William Byron. William Byron was on the, he needed a win, and he needed points, and he got them points today. And he snuck himself back into the playoff picture and in the playoff hunt. So what a great job by Hendrick Motorsports of actually getting back in there and getting their drivers in there. And Eric Jones is right there, and Chase Elliott is on the bubble. So Alex Bowman was that bubble driver. Now it's Chase Elliott. But as you see, all the Hendrick Motorsports guys are in here. They are all in the playoff talk. So very good, interesting season that we got here. As the only one that doesn't have a teammate is me and Ryan Newman. Ryan Newman needs Chris Buescher to, do well so he can be in the playoffs, so he can have a drafting buddy, so he can be in the playoffs too. So represent Roush Racing. So if Ryan Newman doesn't win a championship, maybe Chris Buescher can sneak himself into the playoffs and actually win one for Roush Same thing with me and Austin Dillon. So Dillon needs to get going. I think we thought Elliott might be out of the playoffs, but somebody fell out of the playoffs. I forgot who it is. Somebody fell out of the playoff talk or whatever. And you see, yeah, Brad Keselowski is not in here. Just him and Ryan Blaney. So Brad Keselowski needs to get going, and actually Brad needs points. So maybe he can get some kind of points as Tyler Reddick, Kevin Harvick, Denny Hamlin, Martin Truex Jr., and Jimmy Johnson all won a race so far. So who needs wins? Ryan Preece. We talked about it all season long. Ryan Preece needs to get going. He needs a win. So does Ricky Stenhouse Jr. He's been on that right there. He's been on he needs a win. And Cole Custer came very close to actually shocking the world and getting his first win as a rookie, but he just didn't get the job done. But he got a top 10. Daniel Suarez still on that player talk, that playoff bubble, needs a win to get into the playoffs and represent Gaunt Brothers Racing. So does John Hunter Nemechek. John Hunter, another rookie that showed signs of having a fast car in Atlanta, but really fell off and really didn't show that good speed like he had in Atlanta. He needs a win. So can he get a win for Front Row Racing? Who needs points? Brad Keselowski definitely needs points. Brad Keselowski needs points to get back into the playoffs. So hopefully he can get more points than Chase Elliott and sneak into that bubble driver, as Alex Bowman got in third place today and got himself a decent spot in the playoff standings. So does Matt Benedetto. Matt Benedetto needs points. He had a showing the signs in Atlanta actually of having a fast car, but really did not perform that well during Miami and during Miami. As Christopher Bell needs points. He is way behind in points, doing somewhat not respectability as a rookie. And Eric Almirola, after showing signs of being fast, he's getting slow. He's getting slower, so he needs to get back to showing that fast car, and that number 10 car can go faster and perform better than that. And another Stuart Haas teammate is Clint Boyer. Clint Boyer, another guy who DNF'd yesterday and just didn't show up for Texas either. So actually the whole Stuart Haas drivers need to really step up and show something, because all of them are on the bubble except Kevin Harvick. Kevin Harvick is the only Stuart Haas guy that actually shows signs of greatness. So there you go, guys. That's it. Hopefully that you liked it. Yeah, that's it. That's it for your Texas thing. Again, we came close, but no cigar. So I took right sides because I didn't want to lose any kind of position. So that's why I took right sides. So, but when I was driving, I felt snappy again, and I really didn't want to push the car. So that's why I kind of laid off, and I shouldn't have never laid off like that, because you never want to lay off when it's like 3 laps or 4 laps to go. You always want to get that good try to get in first. But I felt the car wanted to snap. When I got like close to Truex, it kind of wanted to kind of drift to the left and snap all the way to the left, and I just didn't want a crash to happen. So that's why I didn't really be that aggressive in taking the lead. But there you go, guys. That's your winner at Texas. As we go on to Bristol, which I'm very successful in Bristol in this game. Actually, I practiced at Bristol, and I noticed the high side is the strong side. So what a great job for me and going into a track, and I'll be able to ride the high lane again. So there you go, guys. That's it. Hope you enjoyed my content and all the races and my little bit of ranting today. Actually, I went off script a lot today to show my frustration with the AI and the type of things that the AI does. But it's a video game, guys. It's going to happen. But there you go. Other than that, I hope you enjoy my ranting, and I hope you enjoy my gameplay and my professionalism in racing. So this has been On the Top Lane with me, your host, Bladesxonly. And hopefully anybody that's watching my content, just the more likes I get, the more other people get to enjoy my content. And hopefully you subscribe, because I would love your subscription. And I would love to bring these type of videos to you. So, I will be back very shortly with more content.